Hello. The what do you call it? Did not want a gel. I was muted, yes. Am I still muted? I should not still be muted. Please don't tell me I'm still muted. It is good enough despite the audio lag. Fantastic. Your voice is ahead of your mouse. On this, just on TikTok. That would be so weird. Yay, excellent. All right. Well, we're going to do a apostate bingo over here anyway. There is a lag on, I am noticing a real serious lag, like through OBS. OBS is having a real lag today, so I have noticed that. You think I could get free speech Elon to cut my speech? Hello, Kim. Welcome. Okay. I can see the chat going off, and I'm like, what is going on over there? What is going... Georgia! Welcome. So, this is exactly why I was like, doesn't matter that I'm 2 hours late, I still have to go live. Because I know. Loving the content you're putting out. Oh, thank you so much, Blab Daddy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm really hoping, like, I'm going to make some changes. I've had some feedback that's like, you should try doing some funny stuff. I'm like, oh, we'll give it a go. Hello. Yes, everyone, we are doing well today. I've got some apostate bingo. Well, I've got to sort out this because this does not look good, does it? We need a bit of a rejig of our background here and what's going on, but I can do that. But I did want to play apostate bingo today because there is a new apostate video out. And I know it's not the most fascinating. Oh, thank you so much for the roses, Blab Daddy. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you want to, I was going to say, I'm not going to tell you where we are. We're playing a game. And you feel free to come play with us if you like. It has been a while since we've played a game of apostate bingo. And something that we were talking about a couple of weeks back was something that I've been talking about, and I've seen being spoken about a lot actually. Like I've seen it being spoken about in regards to, and we were talking about it. Anyway, basically the discussion around the way that sometimes people will, like, religious sentiment and religious, like, cults, for example, have a really good way of controlling people and manipulating people and using our logical and our common sense and our using our own understanding against us to try and manipulate us. I'll be in and out because of work. Fair enough, Belle. I understand. Absolutely. I have a meeting in a bit, so you all better win without me. We'll try, Kim. We will try. Georgia, no pressure. It's all on you and me, apparently. No stress, no pressure. But these tactics get used again and again and again by different organizations, by different groups to try and control people. Like high control groups love this sort of bullshit. They really fucking do. So, and it's the same. You see the same shit being used again and again and again. And they do it in such a way that makes it feel as though it makes sense. Like it's normal. The naturalistic fallacy. Like they, it's natural for us to be running around naked and smearing our shit everywhere as well to ward off other creatures. I don't want to be like necessarily doing that, like I just, not the point that I'm trying to make. The point that I'm trying to make is we have a lot of, we have a lot of different groups that will try and use the same bullshit tactics and the same, and I see it when I see all the people going on about Jordan Peterson. It annoys the shit out of me because there is not a less intelligent, he is the king of, it's just common sense. It's just common sense. Like, surely it just, like, I've never heard someone who can sound both so unintelligent, and so unintelligent at the same time, with very little effort. He's very good at it. He's just very good at being very, very silly. Anyway, the point, I'm rambling again. I do that. I'm very, very good at that. But when I see people like praising the likes of Jorbson, or when I see people, again, like going on about political parties and going, what do you expect them to do? It frustrates the fuck out of me because it's like that television show Succession. Has anyone, you all know about Succession. I just started watching Succession. I just started walking. You've never met my stepdad. He had Mr. Peterson energy. I would believe it. Oh, ad break in 10. Far out. How did I miss that already? We're already going for an ad break. Oh, there's an ad in progress. Well, I better wait for the ad to be over before I start talking about Succession. But I did start watching Succession last night. Did you guys get that was a comedy? Was I the only one laughing my fucking tits off at that show? That's the lizards at work. The lizard brains. Hey, how we going? My fly is down. It is too. Do you know what? It's funny because I didn't even know I had done up my pants. They're so loose, these pants. I hadn't even know I'd done them up. There you go. They're very, very loose pants, these ones. Very, very loose. Maybe I should store something in there. Put like my little... Sorry, I think I'm funny. Obviously nobody else thinks. That's weird. That should be off already. Anyway, all good. Back to what I was doing over here. Okay. The ad's over. Excellent. I'm back from the ad. Yes, my TikTok camera is on. Getting all the views. What? Yes, getting all the views with my fly down. I blocked the bear. Yes, I am keeping an eye. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything on the camera. You're all good. But, yeah, so did anybody else, that was my question. Were you guys laughing? Hey, the link is in, if anyone does want to jump up and join me for a chat, the link's in the Discord. I was going to do some apostate bingo, but like, as I said, it's just a very chill, apostate bingo is always a very chill vibe. So everyone can jump up and down and do what you want and we're all good. There's no stress, no pressure either way. I'm moving this out the way. I'm not going to have it on the camera. It's a vase. I smashed my vase. Okay, back to what I was doing. Pop a little back of that in there. Cough is still shocking. It is. It's a lot better though. I haven't watched this show at all. How did I not know about it? I don't know. It was really big a few years back. It's all finished now. It's no more new episodes or anything like that. But I started watching it and I found them insufferable. Like I found them all completely insufferable. But I just found myself laughing the entire time. And I don't know whether anybody else, like... I have to go pick up my singles. I'll be back. No worries. What service is it on? It's on Binge, Belinda. It's on Binge. After I finished watching Bridgerton, I was all upset. How dare they end it there? Like, and I'm also sorry. I'm sorry, but anybody who is going on about Francesca, like, the entire... I don't know. I feel like the entire Bridgerton household is like autistically or neurospicy. I feel like the entire Bridgerton household is a little bit neurospicy. So I did not feel like Francesca, and everyone's like, oh my God, it was so boring just watching her. And what? No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? Now that I have access to Binge, yes. Links in the Discord, yes. What? Links in Discord. Was I supposed to... Was there a question I haven't answered? I feel there's a question I haven't answered. Oh, is that my fault? Oh, that is my fault. What have I done? Yeah, I put the link in the Discord. I remembered half. I remembered half of my jobs. Half. Oh, no, wait, that's a different link. That's Kim's put a link in the Discord. Succession. Ah, yes. But... it is on Binge. Anyway, the cat is in the way of the screen. Not my cat, obviously. I'm looking for my cat. I'm like, where did my cat go? I don't know where my two cats are. I love my cats. Anyway, Prostate Bingo. Kim is in charge of links, yes. Anytime I mention something, I've got to remember that I'm basically, you know, someone then has... I got to stop doing that. Stop mentioning stuff that I don't already haven't already done the legwork of finding. Here we go. Where are we? Option. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Okay. I'm making a few little adjustments to try and make this not look so awkward. But anyway, your cat was being a stray shit. No worries. All right. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Now I'm going to get Apostate Bingo up. Yeah, then we're going to go. We're going to go. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I was trying to think, is there something else I'm supposed to do now? No, that's it. I didn't download the video yet, though, so I do have to quickly do that. Now, again, everyone please remember that we are trying to raise money for our lovely family, and the links are down below and up above and all the places where the links are. And I'm going to JW Broadcasting. That's what it is. Online Video Library, JW Broadcasting. Now, sometimes when you come into this, I recommend nobody who has any issues with religion, don't go to the Jehovah's Witness broadcasting page, because you'll get triggered immediately, like immediately upon entering the site. Like, it is not, like, the first one that pops up is about like the headship arrangement. I was like, excuse me. The last meeting I went to as a Jehovah's Witness, I had woken up just a little bit, like not, that's interesting, isn't it? This part of the screen is obviously, interesting. Orangutans are amazing, yes. What? I will accept this as I adore orangutans. Why am I missing link? I'm missing comments. Some comments aren't coming through. Am I missing, like, are all of the chats showing up on the screen? They're not, are they? I'm definitely missing. It's okay. It's all right. Oh, I had to change my nose ring last night because I lost some stones out of it. I was very annoying. No, they're not. They're not? Oh, okay. Rightio. I'm missing, I definitely feel like I'm missing Video file. Here we go. We're going to share the screen. First, no, that's the Void After Dark. Where's Apostate Bingo? Where? There we are. Apostate Bingo. There we are. It's going to work.
Welcome to JW Broadcasting. In this month's program...
Don't worry, we're not just gonna jump straight into it without doing a little bit of a warm-up. It's okay. Where is all I have to do? Okay. I believe they are, and you can't keep up because you cannot keep up with chat and stream. No, and that is honestly, to be honest with you, that is the hardest fucking part about this. I still have not managed to figure out a way to do it because even when I'm trying to do stuff on here, I can't just stick on one page where the chat is going to be there and I can see it. Like, I'm constantly having to flick over onto other pages and do other things and plus I need the bingo card. So, and because of that, I miss out on so much what is happening in the chat so often. But that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad you guys are, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't what's it called? It's not a fan club or a community. Because even if I wasn't here, you guys could fucking have fun and have a great time without me. That's what I fucking love. That's what I fucking love. Thank you, Belle. Oh, yeah, Jamie. Yeah. Where else are you streaming? So I stream through both YouTube and Twitch. Though Twitch is where most of the peoples are. Most of the peoples, they are in Twitch. If you would like, I actually okay, I know I have to explain how to get to the Ko-fi now. This is the most embarrassing thing. Every time I have to explain how to get to the Discord. If you go to our Ko-fi, there is a link to the Discord. You can join the Discord at the Ko-fi. And yeah, all of the links to all of the places and all of the things that we do are in the Discord. The Discord, if you want to know what's going on in our community, the Discord is the place to be, really. There is so much shit going on in there. I think there's only 10 of us in there all the time. But there is always shit going on. And we have a book club that nobody came to our first meeting. I was there all by myself, but I was still there at the book club. So we have a book club. Because if I show up, it means it exists. You know? Like, it's real. Links in Belle's bio. Bruce is not innocent. Regardless of whether you think he's guilty or not, you can't, the court doesn't declare someone innocent. That isn't a thing that happens. So you all need to stop with that. God almighty. Even if the court found him not guilty, it still doesn't mean he's innocent. Yeah. Thanks, Belle. Thanks. I love people like that who are like, oh, the court said that on the balance of probabilities, this guy probably did sexually assault this person. Oh, Ben's not blocked. Oh, Ben is now blocked. Ben is now blocked. That's what we'd like to see. Ben is now blocked. Yeah. If you're going to be defending R-wordists, you can fuck off. All right. So, lovely people. Apostate bingo. Let's do it. No one does it as such. It's all a collective enterprise. Midnight readings of the books for the West Coast by Ben, you knob cheese. Yes. Well, this is why I'm thinking maybe Sunday afternoon book club. Would Sunday afternoon book club work better? Since it's better for the in the bin with ya. Yep. Audio. Adios, motherfucker. I thought you were saying the audio was fucked. I was like, oh no, what have I done now? Yes, so let's get up the apostate card, our apostate sheet, so that we can get our apostate bingo on the go. Now. Feel my vibe. Feel my vibe. Application capture. No. Come on. Feel my vibe. What, give me a second. I'm not opposed to welcoming people up on the chat, but we aren't on TikTok's not where it's happening. It's happening on Twitch. So I can accept your invitation, but you're going to be over here by yourself because we're over here. Yeah, go to the link tree in Belinda for the other apps, for the other places that we are. Yeah, someone said like Feel My Vibe wanted to join, and I'm not going to accept any joining on TikTok only because we're doing apostate bingo. So it's going to be too confusing for you if you are on there. And it's also going to be way too confusing for me because... are you kidding me? And did my mouse just die on me? Far out. This is the only annoying thing with the rechargeable mouse is it doesn't actually give you a warning that it's about to die. It just dies. And then you're just stuck. And it always happens to me during a live. Always happens during a live. I mean, this, to be fair, this is the only time I'm sitting down at the computer. The rest of the time it's, the kids use the computer. Which is also why it has to live in the... Everyone's like, oh, why don't you put your computer, like, so you can stream somewhere more private? Why don't you stick it in another room? Why don't you have an office? Or... Because my children use this computer, and when they're using the computer, I am sitting just there at that table behind me. So, that is why. Come on. It's not working. Not working. All right. I can't see the chat, guys. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. I'm on the wrong page, and unfortunately the mouse is dead. So I can see that Kim has said that the cat has done something, and Belle is swearing, I'm guessing, about my mouse. Quick chat, go mad. Yeah, I can see someone saying something quick. I can see quick chat. I can see that. I can see the troublemakers. Oh! The troublemakers at it again. Okay, let's see if that works now. Huzzah! Oh, good. Here we go. Who's afraid? No, I've got that song stuck in my head. I'm sorry. I've been seeing all of the... Oh! Okay. Hey, Babin. Beards. Yes, we're doing beards. We're doing beards today. How do you do? Hello. We are the troublemakers. You win. Yes. Quick chat. Riot. I can see the chat now, though. Yeah, I've caught up with you. My mouse is still not working, but I have figured out a way to actually see the chat. At least I managed to get back to the troublemakers, back to keeping an eye on you. Excuse me. That cough, I tell you what. I should probably mute the microphone when I go to cough, shouldn't I? It's not the most... are the Amy's still lurking? I hope so. I was hoping that the Amy's were going to... I was hoping someone was going to join me. I was hoping I could convince at least one of the Amy's to join me and embarrass themselves up here on the main screen. But no, clearly not. My friends have too much self-respect for that. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, it's connected again. Yay! Excellent. All right. Excellent. Now, preview. Open that. It's okay. If you put a handbag down in a house, where would you have done it? Have we lost our handbag? Try on the back of doors, on the back of, like, anywhere there's a hook. I'm always looking for a hook. It's like door handles, doors, mirrors, like... Good luck. Good luck. Oh. Bingo card. Application capture. Application is preview. Okay. Now, I'm not sure why it's doing this, but it is. It did it last time too, though, because I'd already fixed it. So it's fine because I'd already fixed it, but I did the same thing last time because it's upside down. I've had to make it upside down. So I know I did the same thing last time because I had already corrected it. And I'm like, why is it upside down? Oh, I had to make it upside down. Okay. No idea why. Rightio. Really? Transform. Oh, maybe I can flip vertically? Ah! Yes! Ah! Okay. That's okay though, because I'm just going to flip horizontally now. Flip! Horizontally. Huzzah! I fixed it. Okay. Sorry, I was just like real excited by that. Option. There we go. Alrighty. How are we looking? How are we cooking? Are we looking good? Are we ready to go? How's it all looking, guys? No worries. Happy to help. Happy to do what I could. Not much, but, you know, what I can. Anyway. Undo? What do you mean undo? Where do I put my stuff? Oh, it's a bit blurry, is it? Oh, it's a bit blurry. Okay. Check my address with me and then cancel the order on me. What? He cancelled the flipping order. Oh, asshole. Asshole. Okay. Yeah, there is, unfortunately, I don't know why, like, TikTok isn't going through any other programs. It's directly through my phone. So the fact that it's not working, there's not really much I can do about it. Like, it's just, you know, it's just, it's probably because of the internet in my shitty location, unfortunately. Not my location's not shitty, but I have shitty internet in my location. All right, so we are up. We are ready to go. We've got 7 minutes until, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I can't believe I did just fucking do that. What an idiot. There we go. Oh, what if I got an idea. What if instead of doing that, I do this? Yeah. Ha ha ha! How's that? Is that better in terms of the whoops. Whoops. Oh well. I've only made things a mess for me. Whoopsies. Option. Option. I am very sorry that I have managed to, I had it and then I managed to muck it up. And I am very sorry. Is there something in between, like here and here? Is there like one that's just in between a little bit? Ugh. just love watching me fiddle around and get annoyed with my screen while I'm trying to play a game? Isn't this just like the most fun thing that anyone's ever done? Ugh. Gosh. Huzzah! Where are we? I love watching you learn. I don't know if I'm learning. To be fair, I was doing emails. I don't know if I'm learning. I don't seem to be learning. I seem to be doing the same thing over and over again. All right, let's see if this works. Now, I want to know basically is if it's there we go. That goes. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Hey, was Bappin just subscribed? Thank you so much. Swoosh followed. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. All right, I'm going to have to admit, I'm going to have to go back to doing what I was doing before. Soz, guys. I know it's annoying. But I know you can't really see it that well, but unfortunately, this is the only way to get it. Soz. Okay. Yes, welcome. Was Babin just became a voidist. Yay. Always makes me excited when we get new members of the team. All right. Now, speaking of, are we ready? I feel like I'm ready now. I feel like it's all in position. I feel like we're, I was going to say, why is our newest voiders not updated? Just refreshed it. We'll see. Could I please read off the squares? Yes, very good idea. Swoosh, let's read off the squares. So the first square is the light gets brighter. This is whenever we start talking about the fact that they've had changes or new understandings of their literature. They always talk about the light getting brighter, God revealing things to them. Yeah, or TikToks playing up. Yeah. Then across here we have defining basic terms to sound smarter. We'll often have basic things like loyalty be described for us in great detail. Very, very annoying. Resurrection porn. Dead loved ones coming back to life in a very emotive display designed to get the tears flowing in that carrot they like to dangle in front of us to keep us running along constantly, because if you stray, then you won't get to see those dead loved ones again. Coded rainbow hate. Now, this is when they like to very subtly remind us about how evil and terrible people are who are not cis straight het people. And they like to do it very, very subtly, which is why we've got the coded in there. An awkward music video. They love their awkward music videos. Self-explanatory. JWs being the only source of truth. This is one that they love to go on about a lot as well. Bible character story misused. Again, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to get a Bible character, and we're going to use their example to tell people nowadays about how they're failing to worship God properly. Women knowing their place. It's another self-explanatory one, I feel like. A friend of mine. This is they like to tell us the great stories from a friend of mine. No real evidence given. No real, nothing substantive. But a story from a friend of mine. So, we've got an ad in a minute and a half. So I feel like it's good to run through these, and then we'll do a post-date bingo when we come back from the ads. Reminders to be humble. Oh, we got a new update. Yes, we did. So reminders to be humble. That one's in there as well. Promoting colonization. This is another self-explanatory one. They like to go to where the need is great. Spreading God's truth. Colonization. Someone's got a beard. This is a new one because they've only recently been allowed to have beards, but it's been very exciting for us. So we put it on our bingo card. Blessings from Jar. Again, guilt. Lots of guilt. Tokenisms, 1 or 2 brown people. Ads starting in a minute, so we're going to finish off the bingo. We'll start bingo as soon as the ads are done. Give us money. Asking for donations, another self-explanatory one. Disaster porn. This is another one they use to get the donations. Press your 1010 meetings. Badly used Bible quotes. Bad things are all Satan's fault. The worldwide work check-in. Having a prodigal son return. Bragging about our amazing facilities. Persecution porn, talking about how much the world hates us and they want to persecute us. And again, the Great Tribulation, Armageddon, God's Day of Reckoning. So those are what we're looking for today. Ad's about to start in a few minutes, so we're going to have some bonus content time while you guys are enjoying your ad break. And we will see you all back here in a minute to start playing Apostate Bingo! Woo! Now, bonus content time is literally just me popping open a can and having a cone. So, bone cone time. I did also make myself a coffee, which I have not even had a sip of yet. How long have I been talking for? Only for half an hour. Not so bad then. Yes. Bone content time. I've got the link in the Discord tier too, Tim, if you want to jump on and join. If you log in, if you set up a StreamYard login, you can actually log in and stream to your Twitch through the link as well, so that we can send all of the voidus over to your Twitch as well to follow you, because we like to share the love around here as well. We like to share the love. Why do we always need 2 different drinks at once? I don't think 2's even enough, Amy. I think the reason we need 2 at once is because we actually need more than that. Like, I really need a water or something around here as well. But 2 just feels like the only acceptable number to have, 1 for each hand. Yes. We've had the chat's been going off today. We've already had over 100 messages through on Restream. So thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe, all the things I'm supposed to ask you to do. No worries. Oh, no, we have water off to the side. I have, mine's actually up on the sink at the moment. I have to watch it. I have a Kmart off-brand Stanley cup. And I usually I literally just chuck my fruit stuff in there and my ice cream, whatever, blend it all straight up in the Stanley cup, and then like put my lid on, and I've got that, like my little smoothie. You know how you're saying with Arford? I struggle to drink water. I never used to, but since we moved here, I can't stand the taste of the water here. It is so hard. The water is so hard. Like, you can catch the bits of calcium in a cloth if you pour your water through it. It's so bad. My life has been made. Hey, this is great. I get to watch the live and still scroll on TikTok. Yeah. See? And this is why we do it too, because nobody fucking wants to sit and watch a live on their phone. No one wants to watch a live on the phone. You want to know that I'm live on your phone. You don't want to watch it live on your phone. You got shit to do. You know, you'd rather listen to it on your iPad in the corner, or like, you know, on the computer in the background while you're scrolling TikTok. Lots and lots of us get very dehydrated. Yeah. And see, this is what I mean. Since talking to you, I've just realized how much I struggle. And one of the reasons I've always said, I really struggle to keep weight on and stuff, but I struggle to consistently eat. And I've never really put 2 and 2 together about that before. It is easier when somebody else is preparing the food for me, though. It's much easier. Hey, I watch on my phone time. Yeah, but we're the same generation, Amy. We're the same generation. These young'uns, they need their phones. They can't be watching things on their phones. They need them. And we're back. That's my issue too. See? It's a comorbidity of a lot of things. And again, I had no idea. You know, I've been called picky and difficult, and I kind of figured to myself as well, as an adult, try to explain to people that I love cauliflower bake, but if you serve cauliflower up to me just steamed on a plate, I'm not going to be able to eat it, and have them be like, but you'd like cauliflower. And it's like, I like my cauliflower when it's prepared in a correct way. Like, I can eat pumpkin soup, but I can't eat pumpkin. And I've never, like, even my mum used to get so annoyed at me because she's like, it's obviously not the flavour because you eat pumpkin soup. And I'm like, I can't stand the texture. Like, I shall stick with the allegory. And they don't. People don't get it. No. People don't. And I mean, I didn't know. I didn't get it. I didn't get that it was a thing. Like, I was like, my God, what is wrong with me? Why is it that I can be in the middle of eating something? And this is the thing I used to try and explain to people. I could be in the middle of eating something. My mum would be like, I'd say to her, I can't eat anymore. And she'd say to me, well, you're not going to get, that's all there is for dinner. And I'm like, but I can't eat any more of this. I've eaten too much. Like, I can't eat any more of it now. Like, I can't put any more of it in my mouth. I feel like I'm going to be sick if I put any more of this in my mouth. And it's not because I'm full. I'm still hungry. But I was halfway through chewing a bite and suddenly became overwhelmed with the idea that I was chewing. And I couldn't handle it anymore. And now I can't handle having this thing in my mouth anymore. Oh, there is no such thing as a cauliflower unless it's air fried or in a curry. Right, okay, yes. I'll give it to my mum. She did make me different meals as a kid. See, yeah, my mum sometimes would. Like, if we were having pasta, she would put pasta noodles in a bowl with some cheese on top for me. If I didn't like whatever sauce it was that they were having at the time. But not always. And oftentimes as well, there were meals like apricot chicken. My mum used to cook apricot chicken. And I would say to her, I cannot eat that. I cannot eat that. It doesn't matter what you do. I cannot eat it. And I could never, every time she'd cook apricot chicken, I would go to bed hungry because I could not eat it. And she's like, I'm like, no wonder now I'm just so comfortable skipping meals because she'd be like, well, there's nothing else, And I get it. We were fucking poor. I have the same issue with my kids right now. But that's why I always give them dinner and dessert at the same time. I know people think this is really weird, okay? But I always give my kids dinner and whatever snack or dessert or whatever else we're having at the same time. My daughter will eat her dinner and then eat her dessert. My son goes back and forward between the two. And he will get a few bites into his dinner and be like, I can't eat any more of this. And have a few bites of dessert and be like, I can't eat any more of this. Have a few bites of dinner, can't eat any more. Like, he goes back and forward between the two because it's like a texture readjustment. Like, it makes it easier for him to eat his food. Because I'm poor. I can't afford to make different meals, but I can afford, like, I'll give them an apple and a sandwich with the chicken curry that I'm eating in case they can't eat the chicken curry. And no, I don't have anything else that I can give them. And I don't want to be making 20 million different fucking meals because I don't have that kind of time. But at least I know they're going to be able to eat something. If they have a bite of the chicken and they can't eat any of it or it sets them off, whatever, they've got something else that they can eat, I try and find ways around it within my means of $0. He might have offered. I use drinks to do that. Yeah, and I used to use drinks to do that when I was younger. Again, no one, it's just never been something that anyone's ever spoke to me about before and being like, I hate eggs. Yeah, there you go. Roast pumpkin with gravy is nice. See, for me, that's your issue too. Yeah, depression hits, food stops. Yeah, that's what the bonus content is good for. It does help with that because I do have the same problem with anxiety particularly because when I get anxious, I get nauseous. And of course, no one feels hungry when they're nauseous. So I wake up in the morning nauseous with anxiety. I can't, like, it's just like it's a recipe for fucking disaster. We just don't get dessert here. Yeah, and growing up we didn't really get dessert either, but I always try and have, as I said, like, even if it's not necessarily dessert, but I try and have like an apple and a sandwich or a bread roll or something that I know that they'll eat with dinner. That they can, like, my daughter sometimes will sit there and she'll like eat the tiniest bit of food and then she'll sit there and nibble on her bread roll and it's like a comfort thing as well. So just trying to find ways to help them. And it is frustrating too because my brother's kids never had an issue. And like, they were eating salads and things from the time they were really, really young. And I'd kind of get compared to him a lot and be like, well, his kids are eating all kinds of things. And I'm like, yeah, but my kid's got a health condition which has affected his food from a very young age. There are things that he's not allowed to eat. And they're things like, spinach. He can't have spinach. He can't have kale. He can't have blueberries, raspberries. Mulberries are okay, but my nephew won't eat food that touches. His after is worse than mine. I never used to be able to eat food that touched. And I would never used to eat beetroot. I would never used to eat beetroot because my mum would always insist on mixing it in with stuff and it would make everything else go pink and I couldn't tell what was what anymore. And my mum would just be like, it doesn't matter, just scoop it all up and put it in your mouth and she'd chew in my face too, being like, oh, it's so crunchy and delicious. And I'd be like, the crunch makes me want to gag. I can't tell what I'm eating because all of the colours look all the same now. It all tastes like vinegar from the beetroot. I can't even taste what I'm eating, so I don't even know what I'm eating anymore. You could be poisoning me. Beetroot does taste like dirt. But this is why I people are going to find this really weird. I can eat beetroot, potato, carrot, all of my root vegetables. All taste like fucking dirt. They all taste like dirt. They all taste the same. Carrots are a bit sweeter. Potatoes are a bit starchier. Beetroots are a bit vinegar, a bit more bitter. They've got a slightly different flavour profile, but they all taste like different flavours of dirt. I can eat all of those because they are all predictably dirt flavoured. Can't handle a cooked carrot. See, lots of different people, and again, neurospicy people, all this shit makes complete sense for the neurospices amongst us, doesn't it? Really? Now, we do have to start pressing play. We do have to get going on this. Are we ready? Are we ready from some apostate bingo? I am also, as I said, not going to disagree because, it does absolutely taste like dirt. Pop out my chat. There we go. All right, I've popped out the chat. Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh. Chat pause. I wasn't trying to chat. All right, so I think we're good to go. I think we've got the apostate sheet up. Maybe I'll move it just... Oh, no, I can't move it. It has to stay right where it is. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. When I say I have to keep flicking to different pages and I can't keep the chat front and center all the time. This is the shit I'm talking about. Fucking annoying. I don't even know. I've got 6 pages going. All right, ready? Now, anyone who is watching over on the TikTok and who does share, subscribe, do all those things, and if you do, sing me a song of deceit, jw.org. I do like that. That's cool. Now I'm going to be singing that all day. Sing us a song of deceit, jw.org. Who tricks us into doing unhuman and disgusting things? We'll think of some more verses for that. We'll think of our. I'm not gonna Bappin, I'm not kidding. I do like the idea of an apostate bingo song we can harmonize to. All right, I'm getting pumped. We've been talking for an hour now. We've got enough of us here. We've got all eyes peeled. We've got to pay attention now. We've got to make sure that we are on it. Let's go. So we've got our bingo card here. We're looking out for the lies. We're looking out for the deceit. Let's go.
We'll see how Jehovah shepherds us through any challenge. Here are some highlights of what's ahead. In the exciting conclusion to Luda's story,
AFK? I was looking for let's fucking go. What's AFK? Oh, fucking course? No, that would be a C. See, now I can't fucking spell, Kim. What's going on? Away from keyboard. Fair enough. Away from keyboard. Thank you. Okay. That makes more sense. Away. Let's fucking go.
she must overcome her fears to make a stand for God's kingdom.
Apostate.
Where can we find the strength to make needed changes? a highly trained soldier, tells us why he decided to leave the military after learning the truth.
I'm already seeing
And
some
our
guilt.
music video reminds us
Awkward
that joy
music
and
video!
peace are
We're
possible
gonna get an
now
awkward music video!
as we wait for the real life to come. This is the
We're gonna
May
get an awkward
2024
music
edition
video.
of JW Broadcasting.
Oh, shit. All right. Let's do it.
What do you see when you look at this picture? Do you see yourself in
Okay. There is a really big delay. I'm actually struggling a lot to figure out how to balance this because I hit pause and anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. So what do you see when you look at this picture? All right, I'm going to hit play. The delay is quite bad today. I'm not sure why. It must be the internet. It must be my internet's. We're going to try and work with it as best we can, though.
You should. But why? This picture helps us to visualize the beautiful description of Jehovah found at Isaiah 40, verse 11.
Oh, I forgot what the squares say. That's all right. We can go over them again. Again. I was just thinking then, though, I might need to turn this volume down a little bit.
Like a shepherd, he will care for his flock. With his arm, he will gather together the lambs.
Okay. Yeah, it's very buggy today, guys. All right. So, the lights get brighter, defining basic terms, resurrection corn, coded rainbow hate, awkward music videos, JWs being the only source of truth, Bible character story being misused, women knowing their place, a friend of mine as a source for something very important. Reminders to be humble, which I think we're going to see some of that one today by the sounds of it. Promoting colonization. Someone has a beard. Blessings come from Jehovah. Guilt, lots of guilt. Tokenisms. Give us money. Disaster porn. Attend those meetings. Badly used Bible quotes. Bad things are from Satan. Worldwide check-in. The prodigal returns. Look how amazing our facilities are, like humble brags. Persecution porn. And the Great Tribulation. So we've had another little rundown of those squares. Thank you, Swoosh, for reminding us to review those. And let's see how many of them we can cross off today.
And in his bosom, he will carry them. He will gently lead those nursing their young. Jehovah bears many titles in the Bible, but the designation shepherd is among the most tender. Like a shepherd, Jehovah says he will carry his lambs in his bosom, illustrating his tender love and care for each one of his precious sheep.
No worries.
Look again at the picture. Is it hard for you to see yourself as a lamb nestled in the bosom of our shepherd Jehovah?
This feels like a reminder to be
humble. Dear
humble.
brothers and sisters are coping with very difficult challenges day after day.
Like we
in
got to
this
be a little,
cruel,
we got to be a
wicked
little
world.
lamb. We got to be a little sheep.
Such challenges can make it difficult for you to feel like a lamb, safe and secure in the bosom of our shepherd. Please be assured.
I know
that
they're very
Jehovah
fond
is
of that
fully
word,
aware
aren't
of
they?
every challenge you face. Why can you be so sure?
Zab, this is probably why I can't handle horror movies, because I grew up in a fucking horror movie. Bosom should be on the next bingo card. We'll have to add bosom. We'll have to chuck bosom on the list on what is going on? Why is it still playing?
Let's read what David, the writer of Psalm 23, verse 4 says.
Far out. I feel like this is just... Okay. This is very, very awkward. Very awkward with this thing. That's all good. Bosom, yes. So, it is a freaky cult. That's the thing. Okay, I was having this discussion with someone yesterday talking about triggers with someone. I was having this discussion with someone yesterday. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine who... I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and we were talking about how, like, you know, when you get triggered by something, we all go, oh my God, you know, like, triggers, fucking get over it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, that is, in a lot of ways, it's we're all like an experience, we're all the result of our experiences, right? So my experience is having grown up in a cult with people who are very manipulative, who very much try and use, like, language is their weapon. Language is their weapon of control. And it's really hard. It is really difficult to unlearn using language as a tool of control, because you see it and you see that that's how other people are able to manipulate and control other people through their words. And you can see how, like, the goalposts are constantly being moved so that you're constantly striving to keep measuring up, and you're constantly looking over your own shoulder, and you're constantly being watched by others to see if you've failed, right? Like, this is what they do. And when you've grown up in that environment and you get triggered by those things, when people use those same tactics, it's not me going, I'm being reminded of what they did and I'm being affected by that. It's, your behavior is reminding me of that behavior, and my body is sending a warning. Like, that trigger that I'm experiencing is my body warning me about something. Now, it might be warning me, like, I might be getting triggered because a car backfired and my body thought that it was a gun going off, right? Like, I might be in an elevator and the elevator jolts to a stop, and I freak out and I get triggered and I have a panic attack because that triggers me and reminds me of something. Like, yes, that in that case is, you know, but that is still, a trigger is still your body warning you of danger. So if someone does something to you, or someone, like, for example, you know, let's say somebody, like a family member, for instance, who you love dearly and who also experienced this cult but doesn't seem to have done the unlearning of undoing that thinking, they start using that language and they start doing the same thing, and you call them out on it and you say, okay, you're sounding exactly like the Jehovah's Witnesses now, and I get that you still are ostensibly one of them, but I'm not, and I have no interest in being manipulated and controlled that way. Like, this is, it's true, and it's not triggering for me because you're reminding me of something that happened to me. It's triggering because that same thing is happening again now. Like, I'm being triggered by the sound of a car backfiring because that sound is the same sound that warns, it's warning me that there's danger coming, right? So if someone's behavior is triggering you, it's not because they're reminding you of somebody else's bad behavior, it's because that behavior is bad behavior. Like, a car backfiring could be a gun going off, and so your body is reading it that way. It's the same thing with other people's behavior. Like, when, you know, and it doesn't matter how much you love them, if people aren't going to unlearn this behavior and unlearn the language of control and that language of manipulation, there's not much you can do for them. There's not much, like, I can't, if someone is going to, you know, and like I said, it's having grown up in the cult and having gone through this experience that this person's going through now, I can 100% understand and appreciate where they're coming from. But it doesn't mean that if they're going to continue acting the same way that the cult does, that I have to keep putting up with it, right? You can understand why someone is acting the way they are. You can understand that they're having a response to a cult, like to their cult training. You can understand that they're behaving that way because it's the way that they've been taught to behave, but it doesn't mean I have to accept that. It doesn't mean that, like, again, like these people reach out to you every now and then because they're like, come back to the bosom of the cult, you know, I miss you so much and I've been thinking about you and I hope one day you come back. And it's like, okay, if you are going to message me with the manipulation and the language of the cult, don't fucking bother. Because it's not that I'm being reminded of their manipulation and it's triggering me. You are manipulating me, and that is triggering a defensive response in me because I have learnt to protect myself from that. Does that make sense? Am I making sense to people? Cleaning my glassy because you told me to. Yay! Good job. Good job, Moist Buckets. I love your profile picture. Love it. Stellar. Absolute favourite. Cannot fault it even a little bit. Most of the chat is happening over on Twitch, where we also have our bonus content time, which is called Bone Cone Time. It's starting in 5 minutes, and that's when we enjoy those particular endeavours together. I can smell the manipulation, and it makes me angry. I don't like being angry, so I'd rather avoid the situation. And that's the thing as well, as like when... And a lot of the time too, because I have this problem with my ex. So my ex is, we'll call him Asshat because he's asked me not to use his real name online. So my ex, whose name is Asshat, has narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. And he is struggling with that. And he is going to therapy and he is working on it. Does that mean he doesn't still engage in those behaviors sometimes? No. We had a massive, massive issue on Saturday. Huge fucking blow up on Saturday. Exactly like as a result of one of these things, like me calling him on something that he was doing, like narcissistic behavior. He kept doing the same behavior, like trying to manipulate, control, deflect, manipulate, control, deflect, manipulate, control, deflect, manipulate, control. And I just kept calling him on it. No, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to get... And then he finally worked me up into a point where I got triggered, kicked him out of the house, like it all blew up. Like the next day, actually not the next day, it was that fucking evening. It was like a couple of hours later. He apologized, came round, like messaged me to be like, I feel really disgusted at the fact that I've just, all of this work, all of this effort that I've done to try and address this behavior, and I've just undone, like I've just undone all of it. I'm like, you haven't undone all of it, because now here you are going, yes, you were right. You were right. You were calling me. You pointed out the cycle. You called me on the cycle. The whole time you're going, this was happening. 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 And then it happened and it blew up and like, you know, but the whole time, like I was calling him on it and he said that. He said, and I was aware I was doing it. Like I was aware I was doing it in the back of my head being like, but I was being triggered, not because it was reminding me of someone else's bad behavior, but because, I wasn't. That's the thing. I wasn't being triggered. I recognized the behavior. I didn't need the trigger of a warning signal with him because I'm always on high alert. I knew, like, you know, it wasn't until he pushed me beyond breaking point that I snapped. That's when I got triggered. But the whole time I'm saying to him, like, you know, and that's the thing. He can do that behavior and have it not trigger me because I don't need the warning. I already know, right? I know, and I'm telling, like, you know, I don't need that trigger warning. I don't need, like, I'm aware that he's an asshole doing asshole things. The trigger comes in place with situations like this, where you got people who are telling you that they're the good guys, and that trigger, yeah, it is so exhausting. But the trigger is your body's way of warning you. The trigger is your body saying, this is dangerous for you because this situation looks just like that situation when you were in danger. So if you've got someone in your life who's telling you that your triggers aren't their responsibility and it's not about a car back, like it's about their behavior, it's not that you're being triggered. It's that your body is warning you. Your body is warning you. And you shouldn't ignore that. And this is one of the things that my therapist kept like hammering home with me. And I wasn't. She's like, your anger is trying to protect you. Stop trying to squash your emotions down. Stop trying to not feel angry. Stop trying to not feel frustrated. Stop trying to not feel irritated by people. Stop trying to not feel like, stop trying to be, oh, my ads just started. Sorry, guys. But yeah, she was saying, yeah, add in a minute. She was saying stop trying to not feel these feelings because, again, our emotions, our body is trying to signal something to us, and ignoring it for the sake of other people's comfort is what leads to yeah, that's why I took up the hurt, so I had an outlet for rage. Yeah, and even sometimes just acknowledging it and giving yourself space and allowing yourself to be upset and allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling, it can be all you need as well sometimes, you know. But I think we need to allow ourselves as well to acknowledge that sometimes other people are shitty and we need to not allow them to be. Right, break time. Break time. Bone cone time. Bone cone time. We're having a bone cone. And then we're going to watch some more apostate bingo. Whoa-oh-oh. No. I can't. As much as I would love to be able to have someone on the live over here to have a chat with, we're over on... yeah, everyone in the chat is allowed a cup of 20 tea and 20 star jumps. Do it. Whoop. Hey! Hey, we've got food. I keep just calling you food, I'm sorry. 20 star jumps. Yeah. Okay, a minute of ad, a minute of bonus content for me, and then we're back to apostate bingo. We're back to apostate bingo. I think my browser is doing me a solid because I'm not getting the ads. Ooh! Winning! Have you got an ad blocker on? Ad blocker. I don't actually know. Will Twitch let me message during an ad break? Ad blockers are also a winner. But I don't think I'm allowed to say that. Probably do have an ad blocker then, I would say. If your partner sets those kinds of things up, then you probably have one. Because that is a very handy thing to have. Yeah. Yeah, ad blocking will stop all of the rubbish. I'm not allowed to talk about that stuff on here though. I'll get in trouble. But I'm not against those things being used. I'm not anti anything that helps you disengage yourself from the capitalist hellscape that we call planet fucking Earth. All right, I'm going to just like lean over here. I'm just going to lean over this way a little bit. No reason. We're just going to lean. I have one, though I didn't realize it worked on the Twitch app. Oh, there you go. And is it working, is it? Is it working for you now? Oh, the ad's over. Okay, back to work. Oh. Sorry, I breathe fire sometimes. I don't mean to breathe fire. It just happens sometimes. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment too. I would have been willing to watch an ad assuming it supported you. It does. Watching the ads does support me, but you are under no obligation to watch the ads. Absolutely not. But you can always open up the Twitch on another screen somewhere and let the ads play and then watch it on another screen with an ad blocker. a way to support without having to subject yourself to the ads. I'll never remember when my older brother who, for all intents and purposes, no longer exists in my life. He is still, so my older brother is a member of the cult. I haven't seen him since my daughter was born 7 years ago. Because of the cult. So I remember, the reason I bring him up now, yeah, I remember when he was teaching me how to drive. I mean, we were in a parking lot and someone was behaving abominably. Like, there was just this guy I was trying to park, he was trying to teach me how to park, I had L plates up, this guy just swooped in and stole this parking spot. And I was going to get upset. Like, he could tell I was getting upset because, yeah, I again, quiet little cult girl, 17, 16 at the time, very nervous, like, was terrified to even speak to a member of the opposite sex, let alone a fully grown adult male who was, you know. Anyway, my brother just goes, and people wonder why they get stabbed. And it just immediately broke the tension. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just always knew what to fucking say. Always. I miss him so fucking much. So fucking much. Anyway. I mean, not as much as I miss my little brother, but my little brother is a bit of an asshole too. So, you know, hey. My brothers. Meeting was a complete waste of time. You just know when some old woman doesn't like you because you're autistic and can't be bothered to try and hide their hatred. Yes, I do know that feeling. I have to be honest with you too. I've had some experiences recently with some people who they told me that they were neurodivergent. Now, all of my friends are neurodivergent. Every single one of my friends are. I'm just amazed it doesn't happen routinely. I mean, because did you see what happened when a cop got stabbed by a fork? He shot the kid. That's why it doesn't happen routinely, because they just put you down. You have one brother older and one younger. Yes. So my older brother, I was just talking about the fact that when he was teaching me how to drive and I had my L plates on and this guy was being a dickhead in the parking lot and swooped in to get this parking spot, and I was just like shaking because it was this older guy and I was in this cult and I was a 16-year-old girl, and it was just like and this is what always really frustrated me about the cult as well. I have never not been the person that I am now, who gets frustrated by injustice, who can see how pointless injustice even fucking is, and how frustrating it is that people, like, I've always been autistic, right? I've always been fucking autistic. But being in the cult and feeling like I had to live under all of these rules because that was what was just, okay? And this is this cult. Living under these rules was the correct thing to do but it was frustrating because it felt so counter to who I was. So I was always on this knife's edge of anxiety. And everyone always treated me like I was about to go off like a fucking bomb constantly when I was younger. Everyone except my older brother, Mike. Like, he was the only one who ever understood me. And got me and didn't treat my rants like I was yelling at him. Didn't treat my passion as though it was anger. You know, and that's what frustrates me so much, is people treat my passion like it's anger, as though passion isn't an emotion on its own that I'm allowed to display, you know? Yeah, I have like 3 people I talk to in a week professionally. When one of them is a prick, it's instantly obvious. Insanely obvious, yeah. And people don't get how obvious it is either. Because I was talking to this person recently who was like, oh, yeah, no, they were saying that they were autistic. And I was like, oh, okay. And like, again, because having been autistic my whole life, and sort of the thing that being autistic helped me understand was why I'm so tired all the time. Because I already knew that things were hard. I already got that I was putting in all of this work to be understood. I already understood, like, I got from a very young age, because my own mother misunderstood me so often, you know? Every fucking person in my life misunderstood me all of the time, misread me. I always got that I was being misunderstood, and so I was constantly working hard to be understood properly from a very young age. Like, I always knew that. That wasn't, oh, people don't understand you, like you have difficulty with communication. That wasn't like a revelation to me. When someone told me I had autism, I was like, no, because autistic people don't speak. They were like, no, autistic, it just means you have a communication disability. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I've always struggled with communication. I called it cluttering when I was younger because the words seemed to get all cluttered up in my head and I couldn't seem to get them out in the right order unless I was ranting at 100 decibels and no one interrupted me. Yeah, because passion doesn't exist. It's just anger. Yet we are the problem. Exactly. Fuck off. Exactly. Neurotypicals only have anger. That's why they don't have any fucking aggression. They don't have any passion. Yeah, I get that all the time. I'm not angry. I'm passionate. Yes. And they don't want us to be passionate because passionate people get shit done. They don't want us to be passionate. And they'd rather paint our passion as anger because that justifies their violence and retaliation. It's a typical way to reduce the female experience as well, reduce their passion to anger. Yep. Sucky upbringing, T. You should have been in a cool band and yelled at dumb pricks more. Yeah! Not even empathy. And that is the frustrating thing too, is that what finding out I was autistic did for me is go, no wonder I'm fucking exhausted all of the time. No wonder I'm exhausted all of the time. But I did suddenly... And it wasn't that I stopped trying to mask altogether, because the mask is still important, right? Like, we still have to exist with neurotypicals. I get that it's not fair and that neurotypicals should try and learn, but I don't think that they're capable of it. Like, one of the things that I think neurodivergent people, we do pattern recognition, we watch and we learn. We learn so much by observation in a way that neurotypicals aren't able to. So I feel like, unfortunately, because we have the skills in a way that they don't, that does mean that it is on us to put in that bit of extra effort. But it does also mean that we have to allow ourselves to have the extra rest that we need to have as well. You know, I don't think it's fair that we have to both put in the extra work and do the same amount of work. Like, no, if I'm putting in the extra work, I also get extra time off. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have to exist with them. I will fuckily hap off and have nothing to do. No, but I mean, if you go to the shops to buy your groceries, you smile even though you're like, my cheeks are hurting. Like, my jaw hurts because I had muesli for breakfast and I had to chew it a lot. And so I'd rather not smile right now, but I have to because I'm at the grocery store. And if I don't smile, she's going to think that I'm angry with her or that something's, I don't want them... You know, I don't want this poor kid here who's ridden his bike down after school to do some shit job for 4 hours to make enough money to go out on the weekend with his mates. I don't want him to have a shit afternoon. So even though it hurts, I'm going to slap a smile on and say, thank you so much when I leave. You know what I mean? Like, the neurodivergent patience mask that we put on for the neurotypicals to spare their feelings. Because they take everything, like... Do you know what I mean? Like, they take everything really personally. Even when it's like, okay. Yeah, I did way too many years at the coalface. I'm retired. Fair enough. My concentration face looks like I'm sad. Yeah. I get that all the time as well. People ask me all the time if I'm okay. And I'm like, yeah. And then they ask you so many times, you get frustrated, you're annoyed. You're like, well, now I'm not. Now I'm irritated because I've got some dickhead asking me if I'm okay and I'm wondering if I am okay and what have I done wrong? I've clearly broken some social rule I didn't even know existed until right this minute. So no, now I'm fucking pissed. Thanks. I'll say hello, goodbye, and thank you. No one expects anything more. Yeah, and I think as well... I think part of that also does come down to the way that femmes are socialised, because there is a much higher expectation on us to do it, and so it gets noticed a lot more readily when it's absent. So I think we're a lot more we're not necessarily a lot more, like we're a lot more likely to feel the societal pressure to mask than our male counterparts, I would say. Or even just like more masc presenting counterparts. But I think there are, again, like, I have been a lot less apologetic for my communication issues since discovering I was autistic. Like, I'm a lot less likely to overthink things now than I was previously. And if people get upset, I go, I remember once at uni when this girl got all upset with me. She said, oh, yeah, we were having a misunderstanding in class. And afterwards she's like, oh, you know, I'm really sorry about that. I just don't think we're going to ever see eye to eye. And I said, I think that's only because you don't understand what I'm saying. Like I said to her, I think that's only because you're not understanding what I'm saying at all. I think given your level of intelligence, if you understood what I was saying, you would agree with me because you are capable of that kind of thinking. And all of my friends were like, Tamara, like, what the fuck? You don't just say that to someone. And I'm like, why not? I just explained to them that they have the level of thinking capable of understanding my point, but they don't yet. And that's why we disagree. Like, I'm not judging them for that. I'm saying, like, don't worry, I don't think you're an idiot, incapable of understanding this. That's what I was trying to say. But it didn't come across that way. And I will tell you what the argument was over as well, because I think anybody, even the lecturer was like, yeah, right, like you're correct, because there is a defense for war crimes in times of war when, you know, you're obeying, because they were arguing that it is never justifiable to break the law. Their argument was that it was never justifiable to break the law, and they were just like hammering home that point. And I raised the point, because they even said, they all got off, didn't they? Like during the, am I autistic? Because there was nothing wrong with what you said. Yes, you're autistic, Amy. Because apparently there was something wrong with what I said. But like I was explaining, so says the Nazis. And this is what I was explaining to this girl. I was saying to her, if the Nuremberg trials decided that there was a defense for your behavior, that means they found your behavior defensible, not that there was nothing wrong with it. Like they found that there was a defense available there. You still had to stand trial for what you did. So there is still an understanding, even under law, that it's not just okay to obey the law because it's the law. Like, there is an understanding under the law that morality should trump the law, and the Nuremberg trials are evidence of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Nuremberg trials are evidence of the fact that we all agree that there is a morality that trumps the law of the state, and we are allowed to impose upon the independence of the state when they breach that law. And that is accepted in international law, that is accepted, like that is just, and she was arguing it, and the lecturer kind of said, okay, we have to stop the discussion there, but I think for those of you who are going to go on to do post-grad, this, you know, you're going to find out that, you know, do some more reading, guys, do some more reading and research, because for those of you who go on to do post-grad, you're going to understand that there is a right answer to this question. There is a correct answer that has been decided by international treaty, by the international community. Did no one read any philosophy ever? Apparently not. So the teacher, it was so funny because I bumped into her a couple of days later at the daycare where both of our kids went. I was picking up my kids and she was picking up hers. And she was like, oh, do you mind me asking how old you are? And I told her, and she goes, God almighty, okay, I thought you were 10 years younger. And I said, no, I'm not. I am in my 30s. And she said, great, awesome. So it makes so much more sense to me now why we're having a completely different discussion to what these younger people are. Like they want to seem to grab hold of, like they're doing corporate law. They're doing corporate law for the paycheck. They haven't seen what the world is yet. The law says I can't punch the PM in the face, but it would save lives. I'd punch him twice, yeah. If the rule is a punch, kick his head in. So here's the thing, again, Like, I was watching, I've got a comfort show that I watch sometimes, The Expanse. Have you guys seen The Expanse? Fucking love The Expanse. It's based on a series of books. Fucking, like, of course, me with my sci-fi political dramas. Who would have thought? Who would have thought the autistic who loves politics and sci-fi being obsessed with sci-fi political dramas? What the fuck? Who would have thought? That would be my comfort show. Anyway, loves The Expanse. Loves The Expanse. See? Where I found my peoples. Peoples. So I was watching The Expanse, and you know when they're on Illis and motherfucker is just being a fucking motherfucker? You know who I'm talking about. In season 4, I think I'm up to season 4, when they go through the rings and the Belters get the iron ore out of the planet. And McFuckface. Anyway, I'm just going to assume you all know who I'm talking about when I say McFuckface. I was just like, do you know what? The most moral thing to do right here in this moment is reach down, pull out that pistol and do one straight between the eyes. That is the most moral thing to do in this situation. And the fact that Holden isn't doing it is very disappointing. God! Never heard of it. Tam! We are the same! Ames, we are the same. We are the same. I love it. I love it. I found my people and it makes me so happy. And if you have also found your people, then like, share, subscribe, do all the things that I'm supposed to ask you to do. We are going to get back to apostate bingo. It's only 1:30. Relax. The kids don't get home till 4. Did I tell you all they're catching the bus? So excited. I'm so proud of them. I would have done it. I would have liked it. I wouldn't have liked it, but I would have done it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the same thing, like every single step along the way as well, every single step along the way when things were happening, I was like, they're going to have to do this. They're going to have to. They don't have an option. And I'm watching it with someone who's never seen it before, who also doesn't really have that kind of a political mind. And they were just like, that doesn't make any sense, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, of course it doesn't. I ran through the whole thing. And I was just like, I feel like I'm mansplaining right now, but obviously not. Like I have a, degree in this shit. So, yes, it is. It's on Prime. It's on Prime. Now, I did have to cancel my Prime on account of the expense. But you have Prime. There you go. I was going to say, I did steal somebody's Prime. And I could probably... it's in the Discord for free! Kim, you are a fucking legend. You're a fucking legend. By the way, guys, anyone has... if you've got $1 to donate, the GoFundMe for our family to help get them out of Rafah. Wael and his family are... Wael, unfortunately, keeps getting his page taken down by TikTok as well. Again and again, it keeps getting taken down. So the link is in my bio on my TikTok, and it is in the chat on Twitch and YouTube as well. This is why the world needs nice, cold-hearted bitches like me. Yep. I am a tea leaf. Oh. Why does it keep blocking? Like, you've just sent a bloody... Yes, you can see that. I'm just gonna... Sorry. I did like it, but... Tilly by Nature, hi! Hi! Oh my goodness. So good to see you. Sorry, I have... we're over on here. I have him on Instagram. Oh, fantastic. So, forgot what we were talking about, but I feel like that means it's the perfect opportunity to jump back to apostate bingo. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Oh, yeah, I have him on Instagram if anyone wants to follow him there. He does have, so Wael has an Instagram as well. But yeah, his GoFundMe is in my page. It's in the chat. It's in the link. He has an Instagram. But yeah, the TikTok keeps getting taken down, which is why the link is going to stay up in my bio until he's reached his target, because TikTok keeps taking his down and it keeps taking my videos down. The video I posted last night, this morning I woke up and I've got an account violation for it. So, you're right. Ew, thought you were a lefty. Yeah, I'm right. I'm so far right. I'm all the way right. I'm so far right I ended up on the left. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how that happened. I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. But no, but it is, and I think for me, because I'm quite fortunate, because I grew up in such a mentally and emotionally manipulative environment with this particular cult. In order for me to be able to heal upon leaving, I had to undo a lot of that training and a lot of that thinking, which has made it easy for me to spot it, but has also made it easy for me to spot it when I'm doing it. Like, I know I've done it before. I was on a call once with someone when I was at work, and they were spiraling, and it had triggered me. And I was like, I need to end this call. And I said to them, I'm going to need you to take a deep breath. Like, I'm going to need you to calm down, because if you keep escalating, I'm going to have to end the call. And what I had meant to say, what I really should have said to them was, like, I understand this is difficult for you. It's difficult for me. I'm not going to be able to help you if this keeps escalating. Like, I'm not going to be able to help you, because I'm not going to be in a place to be able to assist either. Really would have been the human connecting thing to say. But I didn't have the language for that. I hadn't been trained to say that, because that's not what those kinds of industries are about. They're about control. They're not about compassion. So the language that I had in training, which I knew was manipulative language, was, if you continue to escalate things, I am going to have to end the call. And that is, like, regardless of whether or not it is what they're doing, it is manipulative. And I know that it is what capitalism trains us to do. I know it is what all of these industries do. I know it is what every single person out there is doing. But it is the controlling, manipulative way to handle it, not the human, connective, community way of handling it. I certainly missed a sign. Now I'm a commie. Weird. I know. We took the wrong turn and now we're communists. God almighty. God almighty. Yeah, sorry, the anarcho-communists regularly stealing the sign for making important things. I was about to say that. To be honest, I think the last time it was my fault. I think I stole the sign last time. Had to do some we had to do some repair work. I just, soz. Communism isn't bad, people are bad. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that joke everyone goes, like, in theory, capitalism works. In theory, it works, and so we keep doing it, even though in practice it's killing us. Fabulous. Oh, all the signs, all the time, so useful. Absolutely. Agreed. 100%. But being aware of the language that the oppressor uses to control and manipulate, and being aware as well of that when people want to, they want to do a withdrawal as a way of trying to control behavior, like cults, this exact thing that the cult will do. Like, we're gonna have to isolate you because your behavior is dangerous for other people. So we're gonna have to isolate you because your behavior is dangerous. You're gonna label my behavior of questioning, of asking questions of you, of asking for some reflection on your behavior. You're going to call that dangerous. Like, that's cult 101. And if people don't think that you can see that manipulation for what it was or is when you've grown up in this kind of situation and had to dismantle that thinking, it just, shun the non-believer. Exactly. But this is why they'll go on about the prodigal son returning. Because they won't do any reflection. They won't change. They're going to continue. Candy Mountain, come to Candy Mountain. Shun the non-believer. Charlie. Oh, crap. They stole my kidney. Sorry, I just had to go through the whole gambit myself in my head. I want to sing the sign, but Ace the Base were actually Nazis. Oh, yeah. Didn't know that one. White supremacists at least. Candy Mountain, is that a song for JWs too? No, that one's not. That was an early days YouTube meme back in the day. Oh, great. Ace of Base are full on Nazis. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, Charlie the Unicorn. Ad break in a minute. Yes, I was going to start playing, a couple minutes ago I saw it. I was going to start playing the bingo thing and then I was like, no, we'll wait. We'll wait. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, I'm putting some moisturizer on. This isn't my homemade one, but it is nice still. Yeah, Free Palestine. Now, guys, as well, I was going to say, if you are somebody who identifies as being a person with a lot more... I'll save this maybe for the bonus content time. I'll save that for the bonus content time because it's not necessary for everyone to hear that musing. I just know that there are a lot of people out there who feel like there are a lot of different causes that need our support at the moment. And so if this is not the one you feel like you can support, I understand. But this is the one that I am supporting, is what I wanted to say, I guess. Yeah, Soz Ames. Search Vice article if you can't open the link. Yeah. Sorry. Hey, Ed. Oh, my goodness. Hi. Didn't see you there. We're doing some apostate bingo. We're doing some apostate bingo over on the Twitch. I got the link up on the thingy, Bobby. My kids are catching the bus home today. I'm very excited, but also very nervous. We'll see how they go. We'll see how they go. We'll see how they go. Yes, link in my bio, link in Belinda's bio. Oh, yeah, no, link in Belinda's bio if you want to join us on the other platforms. Oh, bonus content time. I hate the bus. They don't have rails. Don't they? Our buses have rails. Do your buses not have rails? Oh, have you ever played the game Dragon Age? Every time I hear a post I think of that. No, I haven't. I have not, but it does sound interesting. I'm spiraling. I play that song all the time. Rails in the roadways, mate. They can drive off anywheres. Oh, yeah, trams. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I do love the trams in Melbourne. I do miss. One thing I do miss is the trams in Melbourne. Oh, such a good way of getting around. Such a good way of getting around. Really is. God, genius. They aren't trams or trains. Aren't they? Are you talking about monorail? They kind of feel very train-like. Oh, the ad's over. The ad's over. I missed it. I missed the bone cone time. That's okay. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to hit play on Apostate Bingo. I've only been there once. That was enough for me. Yep. I'm going to hit play on Apostate Bingo and do this. Cannot be going anywhere on a bus. You never know where you will end up. Can't trust the bus drivers. This is my hill and I will die upon it. Ah, right. We're conspiracy theorying about it. Cool. Now I'm following.
Though I walk in the valley of deep shadow, I fear no harm. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff reassure me. Much like a physical valley located deep in the shadows of nearby mountains, a figurative valley can be used to describe a low point in...
Okay, is he describing a valley? Is he describing a basic term to us right now, guys? Did you just hear that? is he describing, listen very carefully, but I think he's describing what a valley is to us. We're just going to go back a little bit, just a smudge, and we're going to listen to this guy describe a valley for us.
For you are with me.
Ready?
Your rod and your staff.
We're going to hear him
reassure me.
mansplain a valley.
Much like a physical valley located deep in the shadows of nearby mountains, a figurative valley can be used to describe a low point in one's life when we're feeling down, gloomy, or in a dark place. When David wrote this psalm, he was feeling down at a low point in his life. Well, what valley of deep shadow are you currently going through? Are you feeling overwhelmed with trying to provide for your family's needs?
Hang on.
Dealing with a serious
Hang on.
health
I'm
issue
sorry.
such
Bigoted
as
88.
cancer,
Is that Ed?
exhaust.
Sorry. Is that Ed the Progressive? Ed? Were you born in 88? Because, I'm not going to lie, your username reads like a big old dog whistle. Like it read as Bigoted 88, not Big Ted. And I know you, which is why I know that cannot be on purpose. Yeah, calm down, poet. I'm changing the fuck out of it now. That's like, people, if you don't realise that misspelling you in the comment section is also a dog whistle. So if that's something that you do often, if you accidentally misspell the word you, Y-O-U, if you accidentally misspell that often, set up an autocorrect to fix that one for you right now. Yeah, I also read it as Bigoted. Yeah. I read it as Bigoted 88 and I was like, what the fuck? Field of form saying I want to transfer to milk. Oh my gosh. Bendigo, are you kidding me? God almighty. Nearly got cancelled there. Yeah. Far out. Yeah. So, misspelling the word you, Y-O-U. If you see it misspelled as Y-U-O, that is a dog whistle. How do you misspell it and make it a thing? Because they communicate on these like 4chan websites and things. Hey, George is back. Hey. Yes, they communicate on these websites like 4chan and they communicate how they're going to be able to identify each other. Because you don't have, like these are anonymous boards, right? So you don't even have the same username every time you go back on there. So they say, how do we identify each other in the wild? And they come up with little things like misspelling of really basic words. So yeah, if anyone is misspelling the word you in your comment section, I would just straight out go, hey, is this a dog whistle or an accident? Because if it's a dog whistle, you're going to be blocked, bitch. Urban Dictionary, yep. And honestly, as silly as it sounds, Urban Dictionary, often used by far-right anti-Semitic white supremacist activists as a dog whistle to recognize themselves after showing evidence proof. Now you see. Yeah. So now you see is a big one. So whenever, like, for example, if there's like police arresting someone who happens to be a person of color, and someone types in the comments, now you see, and they misspell you, that's a dog whistle. Well, this is why we have to be constantly talking about the dog whistles too. Because if we air it out and bring light to it, it makes it harder for them to communicate. But it's only through us talking about it and communicating it that we're able to do that we're able to bring light to it. But that means we do have to unfortunately talk about neo-Nazis, which is not always fun. Yeah. Great. Good times. All right. I'm crossing off. Yeah, and this is one of the things I always say as well. If you are not willing to do the work, like I say this to people who are influencers, if you are not willing to do the work of keeping yourself aware of shit like this, do not have a platform. It takes work to keep myself aware of shit like this so that I can keep my online space as a safe place. If you're not willing to do that work, don't try. And people don't get that either. People don't get how much work I have to do in the background to post a 5-second TikTok, because I've got to be aware of, like, what are the far right saying about this? What are the responses going to be in the comments? Like, how quickly is TikTok going to shove it to the far right extremists, you know? Or is it something that is going to be able to stay on the nice side of TikTok for a bit longer? Am I going to be able to post it, you know, if I post at 3 a.m, which is a really good time to post, that means I have to be up by 5 a.m. to deal with the bullshit, the dog whistlers, the racists. It might have gone to, because if I post at the best times to post, it gets pushed to the far right extremists quicker. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is people are just like, oh yeah, it's just all luck and this and the other. Okay, if you don't give a shit and you don't care what kind of community you're creating, sure, no worries. But if you're actually trying to create a community and do some good, it's a fucking full-time job and it doesn't pay jack shit. I made $6 last month from TikTok. $6 last month from TikTok. That makes up for not even 15 minutes worth of the work that I did on it. But if you go to the GoFundMe on my page or the links in my chat and anything like that, it'll be for the Abu Ryder family. They are trying to get out of Palestine at the moment. The family have made the decision to try and escape and rebuild elsewhere. It has been a really difficult decision for them to make, especially because they haven't been able to go all at once. They have had to leave one at a time. That has made it really, really difficult. Now, Wael, unfortunately, at the moment, his mother, he's trying to get his mother out. Now, if any of us can imagine having our elderly parents, like especially those of us who have kids ourselves, and these are our children's grandparents, these are our elderly parents, knowing how vulnerable they are. Imagine your elderly mother sitting in a war zone right now with rubble flying up, getting in her lungs. Like, it doesn't matter what area you're in. It doesn't even matter if they are waiting for the gate to open to be able to leave. They're still not able to get safety without, like, they have to pay thousands of dollars in bribes to be able to shelter in safe locations. Yeah, I wish I could get a salary getting progressives up and running. It absolutely is. It's a full-time fucking job. TikTok is only monetized in the US. No, TikTok is monetized in a few other places as well. Australia, we don't get access to the Creator Fund. The UK do. I think there are like 8 countries that do, but yeah, Australia doesn't. We don't. We very much, because unfortunately we very much have a culture of working for free down here, which makes us very easy to exploit. We very much have a culture of working for free, like of getting in and giving a go and like having a go and helping people out. We very much have that kind of culture, which makes it easy to exploit us, but it also does prove that we don't actually need as much of those services as people say. Like, we have a very strong mate economy, like beer economy in Australia. That would be called the black market anywhere else. We have a very different culture here, but it does make it very easy to exploit our work ethic because we are willing to just kind of, whatever. You'll get me back next time. Like, what goes around comes around. I don't know. I wish we could get you a salary getting up and running too. This is something that I do want to do. I'm wondering if I can get elected so that I could then do a Jackie Lambie and start a party off the back of that. Do you know what I mean? That would be the dream. If I could get elected at the next federal election and then like piggyback start a party off of that, the Housing First Party. What do you reckon? Do you reckon I could do it? Do you reckon we could do it is more the thing? It's like... Sleeper agent. Yeah, our entire NFP sector is built of corporate taking advantage of volunteer labour. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Yeah, the she'll be right attitude is a great Australian quality, but also a serious flaw. Absolutely. It is a great quality if we have less... Because this is what people don't get as well. You don't have... People think, okay, small government means more freedom. No. You have... The space is going to be filled. It's either going to be filled with the government or with corporations. Now, the government, we've got democracy in there, right? Like, we have democracy when it comes to voting our politicians, at least. With corporations, they've got no fucking democracy. That is a... Like, we live under, like, a corporate dictatorship. And the smaller our government is, which is smaller and smaller every day, the more of a corporate dictatorship we live under, the more that quality of ours can be exploited. The good thing, though, I think is the larger that corporate dictatorship gets, the larger that beer economy gets as well. The more people go back to, like, trading eggs, for chicken scraps. No one getting within 1 million miles of you. Your shotgun being security. Oh, is that for me? Oh, sorry, I missed that. I was like, what does shaitan mean? I don't know. But now I get it. Shotgun. Hi, Felicity. Well, you know what? Maybe I will then. Maybe I'll just run at the federal and we'll see what fucking happens, eh? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, how hard's it going to be? If I decide I'm running and I'm just like, the newspaper's going to talk about me whether or not they ask me what I fucking think, aren't they? And the worst thing you can do as a politician is be boring. And I'm not that. People want to bitch about me all fucking day. All anyone wants to do is bitch about me. First comment I got when I went live today was, the fucking migraine maker's here. Come on. Like, no one wants a boring politician. I don't mind being the fucking migraine maker of Parliament. Look, you get a picnic pack up and I'll drive the car for you too. I'm not even kidding. Anyone wants a job in my office, like, absolutely, if you're qualified, it's yours. Done. I got no problem giving jobs to mates. That's what it's supposed to be about, right? My federal rep is Milton Dick. Just after his party had no funding for community legal centres, he was at a fundraiser for a women's legal service. See, when we blasted Dutton for putting a GoFundMe out there for the flood victims, that was the right thing to do. It was the correct thing to do. The fact that we haven't kept doing it for every other motherfucking rep who's going to fundraisers for services that shouldn't exist and only exist because of their government's failures, it makes me want to gouge my own eyeballs out with a fucking spoon. And that is the passion that I was talking about. I would move across the country to work in your staff. Fantastic. Excellent. You probably won't have to because someone has to be based in Canberra and it can't be me. I have children. So who's willing to be based in Canberra to do the policy work? I would. That's my dream job. That is my dream job. I will be so jealous that you get to research policy all day, every fucking day. But I will suck it up. Jobs for the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, do you know what? That would be a fucking amazing job for Emery. If Emery wants a job. I don't know if Emery wants a job. Emery might decide they just want to, they want to be a person of leisure, which is okay too. Absolutely, I can grow a couple of plants in my backyard. I can grow some plants in my backyard. Yeah, Albo promoting the salvos. Yeah, I know. I made a video about that, Belle. Yeah, exactly. Is there a position for a hot chick who has a great glare? Okay, here's the thing, Amy. I am going to need a full-time social media manager who is able to deal with the trolls in a way befitting of my attitude towards them. I think that sounds like you, in my opinion, but how would the pressure of being on social media be for you? That's the only problem. I'm interviewing you right now for the job. I have to agree. Belle's right there. Like, it's not even like I was like, you said what a job for me. And I'm like, I've got the job for you, Amy. Like, maybe you need a social media team. I need someone who is just on, just comment moderation. Like, literally full-time job would be, because especially when you're running for office, must be qualified in SaaS, and Amy is. Amy 1000% is. I would need a team to manage the social media for sure, but I do think, I don't know if my chief of staff is currently doing the state director job for the Greens. I don't know if I could convince them. Amy just got blocked on Twitter. Yeah, that's fine though, because they would be logged into my Twitter. Ames, that's my job for sure. See? Done. Yeah, my chief of staff, as long as I can get them to quit their current job. That's the only difficult part. They just messaged the group chat saying they got blocked. Taylor Lorenz loves me, lol. Didn't know she existed 2 days ago. I don't know who that is. Who's your chief of staff? My chief of staff goes by Richie Rich on social media. Congrats. Yeah. You got a job. No, I don't know. I think here's the thing. Chief of staff is a lot. Yeah, Belle's definitely more media manager, like strategy. I would actually put Belle in more of the strategy team. So with policy and strategy, that would be where I'd put Belle. No. My chaotic BFF is my chief of staff. I have to just somehow poach her away from her current job. That's the thing. That's the only problem. Ooh, learning policy at the moment. Yeah, excellent. Yep. So we're all gonna have to do some work to get there. Obviously, in the meantime, there's got to be some doings goings ons. I'm gonna have to do a lot of door knocking. That's for sure. I think it's gonna be better off running for the Senate. Pay rise and less shit work commitments. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but there'll be a lot in terms of media. Like, a lot of it is going to be policy media. But I want to do I really want to do policy. That's what I really want to do. So I've read a lot of other people doing the media. Like, door knocking. I can door knock all day, every day. I was in a cult, motherfucker. I was in a fucking cult. Are you kidding me? I can door knock for Australia, mate. I can door knock. I door knocked. I got 17% of the primary vote in Netherlands because I door knocked so many fucking doors personally. People were so shocked. When they opened the door and it was me, they were like, well, I'll vote for you because I've never had a candidate knock on my door. And I was like, that was the plan. Hey. I'll do the same thing around here. Maybe I should start now. But if I'm going to do the upper house, I'm going to have to do a lot of travel around the state. Oh, we're going to have to do a whole campaign, guys. We're going to have to do a whole campaign. I'm going to have to change the fundraiser. Fuck. God, do the JWs door knock? This is the first I'm hearing about it. I feel like that has got to be sarcasm. I've joined you, Angry Amy. Oh, Taylor's on a blocking spree, I hear. Bappin, I feel like that has to be sarcasm I'm sensing in there. I plan to make a map and go to every house in my electorate. Yes! Yes! Good job. This is so complicated. Not really. I've been trying to get into media for months. So is that you saying that you would like a job in on my media team, Ed? You gotta get up with the dog whistles though. You gotta learn your dog whistles, mate, if you want to be in media. I'm lost. No, we're talking about running for office. We're talking about getting elected and running for office. We're gonna do it. We're fucking doing it. We're doing it. I'm gonna have to change all my backgrounds to be like vote number 1. Yeah, Urban Dictionary is your friend. Absolutely. But 88. 88's a big one. Get rid of the 88. Yeah. And another idea is to squint. If you squint and something looks like something else, like double lightning bolts for the SS. I feel like that's a pretty common one that everyone knows about now. Though in saying that, Ed does have 88 in his username, which we all knew about because that's Heil Hitler. So, you know. Yeah. Memes. I refuse to say memes. Oh, what was that? Something just beeped. What just beeped? What happened? What happened? Did I miss something? Did something happen? I don't know. I think, do we go, T, you're wrong. Am I wrong? I know I'm wrong, but I refuse to say it that way. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about an absolute refusal. The computer's upset because I mispronounced memes. That's fine. I don't care. My refusal to pronounce it the correct way, like the control of language is one of my number one, yeah. You know, again, I wasn't supposed to be speaking this language, was I? I live on this country. I shouldn't be speaking this language, but language control. Anyway, we've been live for 2 hours and we're not even, guys, we are ruining our record. We are 3 minutes into it. We should be at least 20 minutes in by now. What are we doing? We have destroyed our record. And I haven't even crossed off the one thing I was supposed to cross off. Gosh. What was I supposed to cross off?
What valley of deep shadow are you currently going through?
Oh, what valley of deep
shadow? Are you feeling overwhelmed with trying to provide for your family's needs?
Oh, God.
Dealing with a serious health issue such as cancer. Exhausted because you're caring for your mate or a parent with dementia. Trying to cope with the death of a loved one. Battling feelings of loneliness, worthlessness, or anxiety. Or facing persecution. It's so difficult to remain positive when facing the darkest days of our life. But there's a bright side. What is that? Jehovah is aware of the mountain-like obstacles that cause you to feel low.
Oh my God.
As if you were in a valley of deep shadow. He not only sees your pain, but he's ready to come to your rescue, lift you up with his strong arms, and embrace you like that lamb in the picture. Psalm 23 is one of the most well-known passages in the Bible and beautifully describes the loving way that our shepherd Jehovah leads, protects, and feeds his precious sheep. As we consider these 3 ways that Jehovah cares for us, look for the answers to the following questions. What does Jehovah do? How does he do it? And what do you need to do? The first way, our shepherd leads us. At Psalm
my God.
23:1, the
What?
theme of our discussion.
Hang on, what? The Iranian president has died and the foreign minister in a helicopter crash. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. Far out. Okay. Hang on a second. I'm going to try and share this page with everybody. Ad starting soon. We'll have to talk about this after the ad. What you doing? We are doing apostate bingo, but we're having an ad break right now, and we're raising money for the Abu Ryder family while we are doing apostate bingo. That is what we're doing. That is what we do every Monday. Okay. Now I'm going to try and share this page. Just going to remove that for a second. Fucking stupid thing. Stop doing that. Okay. Yes, I now understand. Of course I understand why TikTok keeps saying I'm not suitable for children. That's not the point. Fucking stupid thing. Once again, yes, I know I'm not suitable for children. Holy mackerel, guys. So, I'm trying to scroll. I don't know why it doesn't want me to, but anyway. Why is it doing this? Read, access. Come on. Why can I not access this page properly? This is so annoying. Come on. Why is it not letting me go down? Oh, I hate this thing sometimes, you know? Trying to read the news. Stupid thing. Close that. How do I scroll down? Okay, let me see if I can make this thing bigger. Paul Beebe, an aviation and former helicopter pilot, said the cloud cover, fog, mist, and low temperature must have contributed to the crash of the Iranian president's aircraft. Did he? Oh, did he? Okay. Now, this is still not letting me scroll, which is really annoying. It says I'm interacting with the news, but it's not actually letting me interact with it, which is just fabulous. Iran's president was on a helicopter. This is the last photo before reports it suffered a hard landing. Rescue teams have had difficulties reaching the crash site due to heavy fog and rain in a mountainous part of East Azerbaijan province. Iran's foreign minister was also on board, who joined President Raisi for talks with Habshi. Holy shit! They had recently inaugurated a new dam to provide a safe transit for goods, for passengers and tourists. Wow. Oh, well, that's great. To our beloved compatriots, so Ayatollah, the Grand Leader, has said that it will cause no disruption to the state's affairs. So that's, I mean, it's sad that, you know, you could be such an important man and apparently your death causes no disruption. But okay, no worries. So he was elected in 2021 and seen as a potential successor. Ooh. So, right. So there's a really strong chain of command, a really strong system. So one man's death is not going to affect it too much. I guess that's, you know. Yeah, I don't think their president does much. That's true too. Wow, there you go. There you go. Now,
Welcome to JW.
that's annoying that that's gone back to there again. Let's just scoot forward 4 minutes. That's fine. Well, there you go. There you go. I thought it may have had something to do with retaliation. Possibly. To be honest, given that it is Iran and given that Iran is Hezbollah, I mean, I say that very sort of offhandedly. What I mean is that given that the conflict that we are seeing in the Middle East right now really is a conflict between America and Iran that is being fought in proxy wars between, you know, Israel and everyone else, this could be absolutely, there could have been some sort of a result of, it's suspicious timing, certainly, given what's been happening in the region, for sure. Yeah, we won't know anything until they get crews into the site. Given how foggy it is there right now, I just can't imagine him taking such a risk. I just, you know, make a video. Oh, no. No. Oh, of course it is. Of course it's DV related. You know, the number one reason that people seek support from housing support services is for family and domestic violence. Even with like tenancy support services, not even like homelessness, even with tenancy support, it's the number one thing that we would assist with would be family and domestic violence in tenancy support. And it really frustrates me when people say that I'm trying to make everything about housing when everything is just so very clearly about how insecure our housing is. And everybody who works in these fields can see it, which is why I just want to do housing first. Because, you know, every time I hear anything like that, it's just like, you know, we don't have the freedom to just get up and pick up and go where we need to go and be where we need to go to get the support that we need, to get the help that we need in order for things to, you know, we're constantly in this mill. Anyone would think that housing needed sorting across the board. He had an AVO on him from the mum. And this is the other thing that frustrates me. When women get AVOs out on their exes, the court is very reluctant to extend them to the kids. The court often refuses to extend them to the kids unless that there is some evidence that the children have already been harmed. Yeah, exactly. Get everyone safe first and then deal with the other issues. Exactly. I wonder what would happen if Iran thinks the West killed their leader. Yeah. It's not even, but that's the thing, it's not even possible for victims of domestic violence. You know, it's not even possible for them. The number one cause of homelessness in this country is domestic violence. We're failing those victims. So even those who are crying out that, you know, they're suffering from domestic violence aren't able to get housing. This is why I want to replace police for DV calls. Useless. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it wasn't the police coming around to my house that helped me through all of that. It was the women's shelter. You know, it's the people who are, they have the resources, they have the tools, they are set up to be a support. But yeah, I'm certainly I mean, I get very frustrated when I see particularly our children being the victim of this, because it's when you can see that their mother particularly is doing everything to try and protect them, and it's the system that's letting them down, you know. There was that woman earlier this year who was supposedly police shopping. Yeah. Yep. Accused of police shopping because she kept trying to find someone who would help her and listen to her. She called multiple police stations for help with DV and then ended up dying. Yeah. And they accused her of police shopping because she didn't get the response she wanted. She wasn't getting the help she needed. It's just disgusting. Yeah, they put you down the road from the person that caused you to relocate. The unfortunate thing for me was I had to move a full hour away from where I lived. You know, the shelter moved me a full hour away. Where I am now, that's not possible. The town isn't big enough. But the shelter is protected in other ways. It's right across the road from the hospital, very central. You know, multiple alarms and things. It's impossible though in sort of regional communities to have that anonymity that you get in other locations. But yeah, when I was living in a more central location, I had to move an hour away from where my kids went to school and from where I lived, and I didn't have a car. I rode a bike everywhere at the time, so that was not convenient at all. Yeah. That's what it's like working with kids you know are in bad situations. You can't do anything about it and the police brush it off. And we have this problem constantly when we're in housing, when we're trying to explain to housing providers that people need support, and the housing providers are getting annoyed because the lawn's not mowed, and you're trying to explain that the lawn not being mowed is a symptom of something else going on, because there is always something else going on. And you try and explain this to people again and again and again and again, and no one seems to get it, and it's very frustrating. Removing police from DV and welfare call-outs in favour of trauma-trained mental health nurses is going to be a core policy in every progressive state branch. Fantastic. It should be. It absolutely should be. And if if you need to have a police officer in attendance because there is a risk of assault, they do not in any way, shape or form show up until alerted, like called upon by a social worker. They because I've called for an ambulance in a situation where someone was having a mental health crisis and the cops showed up first. And that shouldn't happen. If I'm calling for a social worker, the social worker should show up, and then they make the call about whether the cop is needed or not. Not you on the other end of the line when because again, like I work in this space, like I work in social services, and so I'm able to make the call and go, this person doesn't need a police officer, they need a mental health check, they need an ambulance. So you call for an ambulance and then have the cops show up. Quite often in that sort of situation, the cops are going to be antagonistic to the situation. That's like the opposite of what you need. So to have someone who is there in that situation, who is trained to handle that situation, call for the correct support that's needed in the situation, only to then have somebody else decide, no, they're going to send the armed wing of the state instead, blows my bloody mind. Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. I'll send you a TikTok. Yeah, Ed the Progressive, that is. Ed the Progressive needs to change his username on Twitch. He didn't realise it was a dog whistle. I'll send you a TikTok. A couple of states in the US have changed their model. Ari the police. Fantastic. If you say mental health crisis, the cops always show up. But I didn't say mental health crisis. That was the thing. I didn't say a mental health crisis. I said that they were non-responsive. Because they were non-responsive. They were catatonic. But I didn't frame it like a mental health crisis. I framed it as though they were unconscious and needed medical help because I could see from the situation what was required. This person had been rambling and like pacing and then sat down and went catatonic. And at that point I called for an ambulance and they sent the fucking cops. I'm just glad that I didn't call for any help until they went catatonic. Because can you imagine if the cops had shown up when they were ranting and raving and pacing? That's what I was worried about. I was worried that the cops showing up would have re-exacerbated that, would have reignited them to start pacing and ranting and raving. When they had like sat down and gone catatonic, I was like, okay, now we need the ambulance because like it seems to be going the wrong way. But yeah, I was worried when the cops showed up. I was like, fucking hell, like now they're gonna get up and start pacing again. And I just finished fucking work. Oh my god, it was like 3 in the fucking morning. I was exhausted. All I wanted was to go home, and I was just like, now I have to stay here because this person, I cannot have the cops shooting you. And also because I had finished work, I had sat outside work and had a doobie before riding home and coming across this person. Anyway, we're going to get back to apostate bingo. Sorry. Yeah, Queensland cops have fatally shot more people than every other state combined last year. Yeah. The WA cops just kill them once they're in custody. It's all right. But, like, it's Queensland and WA, like the racist brothers of the country. Yay. Vic Poll is hit and miss. I can't even joke about that, though, because I joke about being like, woohoo, racism. And people will no longer, like, people are actually that out and out with it these days. It's fucking gross. Okay. Yeah, Vic Police is hit and miss. I am lucky that I am very well known to the police force in my local area. My daughter is friends with all of the cops, all of the kids of all of the cops in town. I'm very well known by my local police force because I'm a troublemaker. I get in trouble a lot. But they know me, so they just kind of roll their eyes at me. But again, white woman, white presenting, they know who I am. They know I own my own home. They know that I'm I'm a functioning member of society, so I'm much less likely to get that harsh treatment, which means I use that privilege to go and stir shit up. Because, don't resist when you can protest. I have protest privilege. I'm not going to call it white privilege anymore. I'm going to call it protest privilege. You have protest privilege. Use it. Use it. Or you're fucking up against the wall with you. All right. Queensland cops got worse after Damien Leeming was shot. Yeah, and to be honest, in Rough Justice, a lot of the stories in Rough Justice came out of Queensland. There's a few rough stories around there. Not all of them, that's for sure. Plenty here too. Now, what? What if the state takes all children from birth? That sounds terrible. That sounds absolutely terrible. Aha. All right. Yeah, big PP energy, big protest power energy. Yep. Absolutely. Protest privilege. That's what we're going to start calling it. Protest privilege. How can we use it? I look sweet and innocent. Like, of course I didn't know that it was illegal to spray paint that I'm a dick. I'm a cocksucker all over. I shouldn't say cocksucker because that sounds... I'm a giant selfish dickhead all over the MP's building. What? Is TikTok doing a Usala Lagoon dispossessed question time? Is it? I don't know. I'm not sure. We're going to get back to apostate bingo though. We are going to get back to apostate bingo. Let's do 10 minutes of apostate bingo and cross a few more. Let's just do like speed runs. See how many we can cross off our list.
What does Jehovah do? How does he do it? And what do you need to do? The first way.
It is really sluggish,
Our
isn't
shepherd
it? I'm like not
leads
imagining that.
At Psalm 23:1,
10
the
minutes
theme
at 2
of our
times
discussion,
speed. Can I speed
David
it up?
expressed with full confidence, Jehovah is my shepherd. I will lack nothing. As a young man, David proved to be a capable shepherd who tenderly cared for and protected his
misusing
entire
Bible
flock
stories.
and cared for the specific needs of
Misusing
each sheep.
Bible stories.
Here in Psalm 23, David portrays himself not as a shepherd, but as a humble sheep under the loving care of Jehovah, affectionately
Bible
calling
character
him
story misused.
my shepherd.
There we go.
During his lifetime, David
How
experienced
easy is
many
that?
highs
Like we just press
and
play and
lows,
it happens.
peaks, valleys,
We
joys,
just press play
and
and it happens.
disappointments.
Did he
But
say JW
whatever
was the
valley
only
of
source
deep
of truth
shadow
yet?
he faced, David always relied
Also,
on his
may I ask
shepherd
why we're
to
watching
lead him
this?
to...
Genuine question. No, absolutely, Georgie. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense to ask this. So we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but that was while you were out collecting the siblings, so it makes sense. But one of the things that I was talking about earlier was the way that often things we get triggered by are often warning signs. Our body's warning us about certain things. So oftentimes there is rhetoric and there is language that is used that feels icky to us and we can't work out why. And it's because it's manipulative. They're trying to manipulate us. And one of the really good things that when I was leaving the cult, because I was trying to undo a lot of that abusive thinking that I had been taught, I did a lot of this deconstruction while watching these videos, while watching someone break down and talk about and laugh about how repetitive this shit is, how what they're doing is, they over-explain basic words to make it sound like they're smarter than they are, to make it sound deeper than it is, but also because by identifying it in these very simplistic terms, by identifying the way propaganda is used, because I have had people on TikTok, when I have pointed out green-specific propaganda and the way that it was used, I had people accuse me, like it's bullshit, blah, 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 like everyone knows you're doing it, it's completely pointless to point this shit out, you're only doing it to drag the Greens. And it's like, mate, there would not be 8 million people around the world in this cult if everybody could just so easily pick up on these manipulation tactics. It's actually not that easy to spot for people. It's not about who could fall victim to a cult or who could fall susceptible to these sorts of ways of being manipulated and ways of being taught to think. It's about what's going on in your life. There's a reason that when economic times get tough, we see particularly our right-leaning government dudes, I say dudes because I don't know what else to call them really, we see them start leaning heavily on the idea of immigration being the problem. okay? It is that same propaganda. It's the same, like finding the enemy, finding the creating an enemy, really, that the cults do with Satan and the worldly influence. And recognizing these patterns of behavior, and I see, we're exposing ourselves to manipulation so we know not to fall for it. Exactly. And rather than using any particular political party, which people do get very butthurt about when you're critical of their political party, we do it with a cult. Because everyone, and it's about what's going on in your life that could make you susceptible to joining a cult. Because, you know, when people are doing it tough economically, that's when they're more likely to believe that it's the immigrants' fault. If Dutton points to the immigrants and says it's their fault you're doing it tough, yeah. You got it. I know you got it. You're a genius. We're all geniuses around here. But yeah, it makes you more susceptible to it when you're at a certain point and a place in your life. And that was true for my family particularly. That's the reason we felt susceptible to this cult. It's the reason that my mum is going back to the cult now at the time, again, when times are difficult. When COVID struck, there were a lot of people who went back to these kinds of cults. But also a lot of people started getting a lot more involved in political parties. Are there similarities? You be the judge. That's why we're doing this.
Safety and provide exactly what he needed when he needed it.
Okay, but
With
I like it
complete
being
trust
about
and
me, though.
confidence,
So can we just
he
say
said,
it to me? Amy, it 100% is about you. The rest of it is all just, advertising. That's all just the advertising spin, Amy. That's my propaganda. My propaganda is that it's all about education. It's really just all about you. How's that? How did I do? That was me demonstrating. Not how to drink from a can. I clearly can't do that.
I will lack nothing. No wonder Psalm
Perfection.
23 has been called a psalm of assurance or trust.
Oh,
What does our shepherd do? Verses 2 and 3 answer, in grassy pastures he makes me lie down.
We're still talking
He
about the
leads
meadow.
me to well-watered resting
We're
places.
still over-explaining
He
the meadow.
refreshes me. He leads me in the paths of righteousness
This is
for the
like
sake of his
blessings from
name.
Jar.
The Watchtower once explained, David
is,
here
again,
paints a scene of
blessings from
contentment, refreshment, and security. Jehovah leads us to grassy pastures and tranquil waters. The Hebrew word rendered pastures
it is. The community,
can mean
it's true.
pleasant place. If we humbly follow our shepherd, he will lead us to a pleasant place where we can feel secure and
He will
have peace
lead
of
us
mind,
to a pleasant
even
place.
when we're going through a valley of deep shadow.
Sorry. This is
How does
definitely
Jehovah lead
like
us?
blessings from Jar shit,
By
though.
means of his word, he teaches us how to make wise decisions that lead to paths of righteousness, a life course that is pleasing to him and brings us happiness. He sets a course and a pace that we're able to follow, never expecting us to do more than we're able.
Dinner smells good.
Jehovah
Oh,
also
that's so
leads
nice
us
to hear,
by
Kim.
means of under-shepherds,
You can see why-
the elders, who tenderly care for a spirit.
Oh, okay. Radio. Hang on a second. So, blessings from Jar. That was definitely blessings from Jar. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. That was blessings from Jar right there. Tech Bro Court Talk is cult talk. Yeah. It feels like Tech Bro corporate talk. Absolutely it does. Absolutely. Very, very true. Very true. I think we've had several badly used Bible quotes as well. Am I reaching with that, guys? You let me know. I think we have. I definitely think... Oh, no, I don't want a text box. Why is it doing that? That's not what I want. I want to just draw lines. How come I can't just draw lines? Why does it need to... I just want to draw my lines. just want to draw me lines. Oh, is that the one? I think this is the one. I think I figured out how to draw lines. I thought you'd already marked it all with the love of Jesus. No, badly used Bible quotes. There, I figured out how to draw my line. Good. Figured out how to draw my lines. Good. Excellent. Perfect. No, but there you go. We are getting very close to doing a bingo already. I feel like we're 10 minutes in and we've already done it. We haven't done any guilt yet or remind us to be humble. We usually have some of those at this point too.
Emotionally, and physically, so that we will lack nothing.
I feel like I was listening to my boss.
What do you need to
do?
do?
Jehovah? Yes.
If you're going through a valley of deep shadow, search our many publications for specific Bible principles and helpful advice that can shed light on your present circumstances.
Alrighty. Okay. So we are getting told we've got an ad coming up in 1 minute, 30 seconds. Excellent. We are being told to read the information that comes from JWs being the only source of truth. I'm going to cross that off because that is exactly what that was just then. That was the JWs being the only source of truth. You got to read their publications. That's what you got to do, guys, because they're the only source of truth. They know what they're doing. Is it still playing? Oh, no, yeah, it does this thing. This is what I mean. It keeps kind of... The video is very sluggish compared to the sound. So we're listening to the audio in real time, but the video is being very slow. So even after I hit pause, the video keeps playing for a bit, but the sound stops. We're doing, yep. What about that weird cult that mailed me the email the other day? What about their bullshit? We could definitely talk about some of their bullshit too. We can talk about all of the cults and all of the cult bullshit. Obsessive Lemon. Hi, Obsessive Lemon. Good to see you around. All right, so we're on an ad because I think it's time for some bonus content time. It's definitely time for some bone cone time for me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Now, I am going to turn the TikTok off in a bit. So anyone who does want to listen on the Twitch, that is going to be where we will be continuing for the rest until just before 4. Probably we'll stop. I have my kiddlywinks coming home, and so I have to do some tidying. I gotta do a lot of fucking tidying for my kiddlywinks that they're gonna be home, so I'm gonna jump off soon. JWs are mailing us now. Yes, the JWs have been mailing since long before the pandemic, but it was sort of seen as like what we would do as pioneers is the JWs would come and call on your house a few times, and if they couldn't reach you, your address would be given to the letter writing groups who would write letters to try and reach you if you were uncontactable via door. They have since started doing that just as a matter of course since the pandemic, which, I mean, I think it's much easier to just throw a letter in a mail than to tell someone in your doorstep to fuck off. So I'm all for it. No worries. Change your tactics, guys.
And provide
ad. Sorry, we're in an ad. Can't believe I just hit play when we've only got 5 seconds to wait. 5 seconds to wait before I hit play. I saw them coming and answer the door naked. They have never returned. I have heard stories, while being a JW, I have heard stories about people who answer the door naked. It's so funny. It's so funny hearing like the stories, experiencing the stories from both sides, you know? And we're back from ads. So I'm going to hit play. I'm going to hit play on this while I sneak over here and do something off
ways
camera.
To overcome difficulties or give you the patience to endure. Many find encouragement and comfort watching JW broadcasting. In fact, one sister said, JW broadcasting has helped me to be more positive. When I get lonely or discouraged, I find an encouraging talk or a morning worship program to watch. are you benefiting from the monthly broadcasts, videos, and uplifting songs? The second way, our shepherd
Praise
protects us.
Jah.
Let's read the second half of verse 4. Your
The
rod
answer, Georgia, is
and your
yes.
staff
Always
reassure me.
yes.
David used a shepherd's
Always
rod and
yes.
staff to illustrate Jehovah's protective care. Ancient shepherds used a rod to protect their sheep from predators, such as lions, bears, wolves, and snakes. They also use a staff to guide their sheep, gently nudging them in the right direction. Interestingly, some staffs had a hook at the end of the long stick that helped them, as a shepherd, gently draw back a sheep straying or nibbling into danger, guiding them back to the protection of the flock.
Oh my God.
The sheep certainly did not fear that the shepherd would use his rod or staff to beat them. What does Jehovah do?
Oh.
Our loving shepherd stands ready to use his figurative
Good
rod
job.
and staff to
Good
warn
job.
and protect us
So,
from predators
see, that
seeking to
easy.
harm us, especially
easy.
from Satan, who in the
I love
Bible is
now that I don't have to
portrayed as
drive,
a
I don't
vicious
even have to
lion
worry about
and
it.
a
It's
cunning
great.
serpent.
Oh, bad things
Jehovah
from Satan.
also has appointed elders in the congregation
Bad
to warn and
things
protect
from
us from harmful
Satan.
influences
Harmful
and from
influences
taking a
from
dangerous
Satan.
path in this wicked world. No doubt you're filled with heartfelt appreciation and are comforted knowing that Jehovah is always on the lookout to use his figurative rod and
Satan
staff
bad.
to warn and protect us,
Satan
not
bad.
to beat us.
Tell you,
If
we're
you
going to get
stray
bingo.
or
We're going to get
nibbled
bingo
away
soon.
from the
We're
flock
definitely.
for
I reckon we'll get
whatever
bingo
reason,
before the next ad
please
break.
listen to Jehovah as he speaks to you through his written word, the Bible, and our brotherhood. Humbly follow the gentle nudging to lead you back
Remind
to the
us to be
safety of the
humble.
congregation, where you'll
Remind
enjoy
us to be
lush,
humble.
grassy pastures and refreshing, well-watered resting places. Elders, you are entrusted with a privileged but a heavy responsibility to protect Jehovah's precious sheep, whom he's placed under your care. We take this opportunity
Bitch,
to
slow
express
down,
our
be humble.
sincere
Yeah.
appreciation for those of you who use your figurative rod and staff to protect
What
the sheep,
are the remaining
making them
green
feel
ones?
beaten down.
All right, let's have a look. Now, the remaining green ones are... Excuse me. That's Kendrick, yep. Are sticking to streaming schedule this week. We are trying. Well, I was really sick last week. I coughed up. Honestly, I've got abs from coughing. I've got abs from coughing, Tim, last week. So it really wasn't pleasant. I did on Wednesday for a bit, and then afterwards I got really sick again. Like I thought I was better, but no, I pushed it too hard, and I was really sick again by Friday. So after the weekend, feeling better now. Yeah. Very hot, very hot. Yeah, coughing up. Yeah, it's great. Good fun. Any hoozles. So, let's have a quick read of the squares we've got left on apostate bingo. We have got The Light Gets Brighter, Resurrection Porn, Coded Rainbow Hate, Awkward Music Video, which has already been teased, so we'll be able to cross that one off soon. A Friend of a Friend, Women Knowing Their Place, Promoting Colonization, Someone Has a Beard, Guilt, all of the guilt, Tokenisms, Attend Meetings, Disaster Porn, Give Us Money, Worldwide Check-In, The Prodigal Son Returns, Look How Amazing Our Facilities Are, or Look How Amazing We Are Bragging About Ourselves, including facilities. Natural Pacifist, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We love all that new voices around here. What's going on? Persecution Porn, and then the Great Tribulation, or Armageddon, as it's also colloquially known. Lol, that's what happened. Yes, that is what happened. So this week, this week I did sleep in this morning. I let myself sleep in, and that may be the pattern for the rest of the week, but I'm not going to push it too much when I'm still recovering. So, yeah. Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear it. Just kind of shocked by the news that came today. What news was that? Are we talking about Iran? Are you talking about the news out of Iran? Is that the news? Because that's what we were just discussing a moment ago that shocked me. But there could be other shocking news. There could be other shocking news. I feel like they have sort of done guilt by saying God made all this stuff for us and that we have to look after his sweet sheep. Yeah, the Iranian one. Yeah, I was a bit shook by that too. Definitely waiting to hear what the goss is about that one. Because the other thing we've got to remember as well is that Iran might be willing to say that it was just an accident in order to save face as well. I wouldn't put that past them. But anyway, let's press play. Watch some more Apostate Bingo. And did I cheer? I thought I wanted to do a cheer, but I don't think it worked. An accident like the train Castellan. Yeah. Just like that accident. Early on in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Yep, accident like that. That kind of accident.
But truly loved and appreciated. How does Jehovah protect us? He protects us as a group or flock. Satan will never succeed in wiping Jehovah's sheep from the earth. Jehovah also protects each sheep individually.
Is he to tell us to attend meetings?
Most important, he protects us spiritually. The Draw Close to Jehovah book explains, our loving God protects us from spiritual harm by equipping us with what we need in order to endure trials and to safeguard our relationship with him. Jehovah thus works to preserve our life, not just for a few short years, but for eternity.
One thing that is sort of, as I said, and they did mention as well on the piece that we watched earlier, one thing that is good to remember though is that there is a hierarchy, there is quite a strong line of succession in the Iranian government. So, you know, it while it does point to an escalating conflict, which is concerning, there isn't any immediate it's more about watching and seeing what happens next, I think. And, you know, holding our breath. Like we haven't all been holding our breath for a while now. For a long, long while. Oh, all right. Got to get in on that group vibe, guys. You can't be saved on your own by the magic man. No, you got to join the group. Yeah, try to understand. He is a magic man. He's a magic man.
How reassuring that Jehovah makes sure that we have everything we need so that we will in effect lack nothing. What do you need to do? Take full advantage of the many provisions Jehovah makes available to protect us spiritually. Prayer, fellow worshipers, and timely spiritual food, which we'll discuss next. The third way, our shepherd feeds us. Psalm 23, verses 5 and 6 reassure us.
We should have a chat later because we still haven't caught up after the other day. So maybe after the kids are in bed, we should have a chat, catch up, have a goss, have a sesh. See how you're feeling. If you're tired, obviously don't. But yeah, we'll talk about it later anyway. But yes, good luck to your daughter at her rehearsal. Give her all the best from us. Send her all the love from the void. Yeah, Belinda's quite often reffing the music that I have no idea what it is either. Like, I have a record collection, but it does not include a lot of the shit that... I have a very selective taste. It's very, like, rock pop. Soft rock.
Prepare a table for me before my enemies. You refresh my head with oil. My cup is well filled. Surely goodness and loyal love will pursue me all the days of my life.
That does sound very guilty.
And I will dwell in the house of Jehovah for all my days.
Georgia, I'm feeling very guilted.
David now describes our shepherd as a generous host who spreads before us his invited guests delicious and nutritious food and drink in great abundance. How does Jehovah feed us? Through the faithful and discreet slave, Jehovah gives us timely publications
Faithful and
as well as
discreet
rich
slave.
spiritual programs at our meetings, assemblies,
Meetings.
conventions, JW broadcasting, governing body updates, along with encouraging songs
Definitely
and
feels like
videos,
they're trying to
and
give
so
food.
much more.
It also feels like they're trying to
Truly,
get us to attend
the slave
meetings.
is giving us food at the proper time.
You reckon?
What we need
Is that a
when
stretch?
we need it. We certainly lack nothing spiritually. What do you need to do?
Oh, you just yelled
Show your
meetings. Okay,
appreciation
meetings
for
then.
the food the slave provides by eating it and never being fussy, picky, or selective in your eating habits. Remember, the Bible and Bible-based publications are ways that Jehovah speaks to us,
Don't
in
be
effect
picky.
saying, "This is the way. Walk in it, my precious sheep."
That was
As we
bad.
read the Bible and
I heard a
meditate on the
I
verses
heard a
that
sound.
touch our
What was that
heart,
happy sound?
we'll be better
Something
equipped
happened.
to correct any faulty thinking that could lead us to dark feelings of anxiety, loneliness, worthlessness, anger, or resentment. Like David, be determined to dwell in the house of Jehovah for all your days.
Definitely.
Continue attending
Speak
our
to us in a book
upbuilding
that was
meetings,
invented 100 years after
assemblies,
Jesus
and
died.
conventions,
Yeah.
where we receive spiritual nourishment
What
and
happened?
protection. A sister who has traversed various valleys of deep shadow expressed what helps her to stay focused and keep on enduring. She said, "Depressive thoughts are not trustworthy. They are the product of a treacherous heart that distorts our
Are they
thinking
actually telling us
abilities.
that anxiety and depression is
But
caused yes.
because I trust
Yes.
Jehovah completely,
Yes, they
each
are. Yes. So, yeah, big trigger warning for those of us who suffer from mental health issues. Yes. 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 I have sat through meetings where I have been told that, like, you know, Job suffered far more than me, but he understood that it was Satan testing him and that he had greater, yep. And if I had better faith in God, I would be able to withstand like Job, because God doesn't test you beyond what you can bear. Yep, that's what's happening. Yep. Yep. Woo! Breathe, Georgia, breathe. Ooh. Yeah, it is. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. They are horrendous. They are horrendous. And it's very harmful rhetoric. But also, again, part of the reason we have to prevent you from seeking professional help for your mental health issues is because when you go and get help from mental health providers, they are able to spot the manipulative, coercive tendencies of the cult, and they're able to help you they're able to help you get out of that abusive relationship. So they have to prevent you from seeking outside help, and they don't have anything to offer except the Bible. So what else are they going to offer? So they know that they're killing people with this policy. They know that it's the wrong thing for people's mental health, but they don't care about that. They specifically want they are specifically trying to protect themselves and their name and their image. It's not about what's best for their people. Yeah, I've never had a Mormon show up at my door. It could be because I was a JW though, and like they might have known, like they might have known. Like, don't knock on those people's door. Like, do you think we're bad? You should hear what these motherfuckers say. All right, so we've got another little while before. I've had them like come to the meetings and stuff before. Like I've met them. Oh, we got a new follower. We got a new voidist. That's what that noise was for. Welcome. I was a little bit behind the 8 ball on that one. But thank you, Natural Pacifist, for actually following. Appreciate the follow. Anyone who's enjoying the stream, like, share, subscribe, but do all of the things. It all helps. Appreciate it all very, very much. And we're nearly up to 69. We are nearly up to 69, which I know is the coolest of the cool numbers, which is why it is our target. So yeah, you know, Pre-roll. Don't know what that means. I couldn't understand why everyone was wearing white shirts and spoke funny. My auntie was an LDS. I've been to the tabernacle when I was a wee young one. Oh, you've been inside the LDS. Interesting. I do find that interesting. I have not, but I had my own cult to deal with, so obviously But let's go, all right? We are nearly there. I reckon we can still do it. We've only got
Bible
10 minutes
verse
till the next ad
proves
break.
to be like a solid stepping stone that enables me to gradually climb out of my many valleys of deep
10 minutes till the next ad
shadow.
break. We can do it. Let's get bingo.
Our sister expressed so well how we feel about our loving shepherd who promises
Lord
to help us
Almighty.
successfully navigate
Oh, you went to an
through
LDS
any valley
baptism.
of deep shadow.
Interesting.
Isn't this a beautiful picture of a shepherd with his sheep? It's adorned the governing body conference room since the 1970s. It's a visual reminder of the importance of their work as shepherds.
I was just at the church.
Brother
Paul.
Loesch, a member
had
of the
a pool.
governing
We had a
body
baptism
since
pool.
1994, recently explained
We had
what
a-
this inspiring
Not at
painting
our
has meant
church,
to him
but at all the
throughout the
assembly
decades.
halls we do.
Enjoy the following video segment.
This painting in the governing body conference room
Oh,
shows
okay. So
the
Brother
shepherd and
Loesch.
his sheep.
I'm just going to pause it for a second for this to catch up. Brother Loesch, who's the voice that you're hearing, but you haven't seen his face yet. This is him. He was a member of the SA, or was it the SS? The SAS or the SS? One or the other. He was a member of the brown shirts during 1940s Germany, early 1940s Germany. This man on the screen right now. This man on the screen, this man up here on the screen there, was a brown shirt. Christianity and fascism. SS, yeah, thank you. Then there was another one though. Was it what were they? There was another one. But yeah, anyone wants to argue with me about how closely fascism and Christianity are linked, I'm just like, oh, but Loesch. Yeah, SA. I think he was a member of the SA. I think he was a member of the SA, not the SS. But either way, yeah. Can I maybe join the Discord? Yeah, absolutely you can join the Discord. Quick, where's a link to the Discord for Georgia? I just had my housemate look at me with a funny look and say, bro, are you joining a cult? Are you watching cult propaganda? We are kind of a cult, but we're one of the cool kinds of cult. We're one of the we're one of the fun cults. You know, we're not like the other cults. But can we get I need a link. Oh, invite. I can do that. Invite link. Hurling into the void. Invite people. I can do that. Shit. Copy. Hidden. It says it's hidden. Oh, does it work if I post it? Oh, there you go. Everyone else fixed it. Everyone else did it quicker than me. We are kind of a cult. But anyway, yeah. So we got a brown shirt on the screen. And this is how closely aligned Christianity and fascism are. Way too late. Yeah, I know. Way too late. Ask and you shall receive, Georgia. Ask and you shall receive. If you go to the Ko-fi does have all of the ways to do all of the things on it as well. And the link is there on the screen. I don't know if it's clickable though. But yeah, that is another way that you can do it. All right. Quick, we got to get bingo.
And the shepherd
We got
is
an ad coming up
caring
in 7 minutes.
for the sheep, and they feel obviously comfortable and protected. And they do that despite, as you can see in the background, stormy
I do.
weather.
I have got so much
But
that I have
the
to get
sheep
set up on the
feel
back end.
just fine.
I
In
might
connection
actually do
with,
that tonight
the
while we
application in
FaceTime.
the Bible shows that
While
that
we
Jehovah
FaceTime,
God is a shepherd
I'll get
who
working
cares
on shit while we
for
talk.
us as his sheep. but so is Jesus Christ. He is called the fine shepherd. And what are shepherds to do? Well, shepherds lead the sheep, feed the sheep. Shepherds protect the sheep. But then shepherds also care for injured or ailing sheep. But the fact is that
thanks,
all of
Beth.
God's people are sheep.
I probably
And
will
so we
need
have the
help.
privilege
I'm
to
not embarrassed to
all
ask.
follow the lead of Jehovah and Jesus and the elders and work together in unity. At the governing body meeting, we sometimes look at the picture and we try to apply what is
My
implied
gosh,
in
this
the
is the most
painting
boring,
to
dull.
our work with the
Like, I've
congregations
never
and
heard
the
anyone
worldwide
explain a
flock.
painting and been more bored
Thank you,
in my
Brother Loos,
entire
for
life.
sharing those encouraging comments with us.
Oh my God.
How
Encouraging
reassuring
comments
it is to
where?
know that our loving shepherds on the governing body take their responsibility to lead, protect, and feed you, me,
Oh my gosh.
and all of Jehovah's precious sheep very
Are
seriously.
you not embarrassed?
May we all
I am
continue to
embarrassed.
humbly
Are you
and
not
obediently
embarrassed?
follow
I would
their
be
lead
embarrassed.
as we follow closely the lead of our great shepherd Jehovah
Oh, I
and
tuned
in
out
the
too.
footsteps
Like, he was so
of our
boring.
fine shepherd and king,
I need
Jesus.
to come to some of your lectures. I want
Never
to.
forget that Jehovah is not just our shepherd. He is
That sounds
your shepherd.
fabulous.
He is my shepherd. With Jehovah our shepherd leading,
It's
protecting,
so hard to listen
and
to them
feeding
sometimes,
us,
isn't it?
we can face
Like, they
the
really
future
are
with
so
complete
dull.
confidence.
I honestly,
and
it's one of
echo
the things
words
I
that
miss so
David
much
used to
about
introduce
going
this
to the
beautiful and
meetings.
reassuring psalm.
Because it would be
The
like
words
2 o'clock on a
contained at
Sunday
Psalm 23.
afternoon.
Jehovah is my
And if
shepherd.
I was a little bit
I will
unwell,
lack
we would
nothing.
set it up so that we could listen at home.
One of the many
So we would be
valleys
sitting
of
on the
deep shadow
couch at
that
like
we
2 in the
can
afternoon
pass
with the
through
sun
is war.
coming in with this
Along with
dull
physical and emotional
noise
strain,
coming
it can
at
threaten
us.
our loyalty to God's kingdom. How can we overcome fear and
And it used to give me, I used to have the best naps. I used to have the best
stand
naps.
with Jehovah? The following dramatization takes us into the heart of a conflict
Yeah, protect us, but I don't believe in mental health.
and
Yep.
is based on the real-life experiences of some of our brothers and sisters.
Yep.
Though I walk in the valley of deep shadow, I fear no harm, for you are with me.
I have to keep pausing it. How can I change the settings of this? Because I have to keep pausing it because it's really struggling. All right, a little bit longer. It's really struggling. Yeah, we can overcome fear by punching Nazis in the throat. It's really like it's. Look at him. He's so far behind. He's so far behind. Reminds me of Isaac's video, hey Siri, play white noise, and then Pauline's voice comes on. Yes, they are. These guys are white noise. Absolutely. He is so far behind, yeah. But it used to give me the best snaps. It used to give me the best, absolute best snaps. Oh, okay, have we caught up now? I think we've caught up. I don't know why it is being so slow, guys. I really do apologize. The good news is that it doesn't make it any less entertaining. It can't be any less entertaining than it was already. I know that like people who are in cults are Nazis are bad, but I kind of feel like they have been brainwashed as their cults. No. I do think though. Okay, I can't see what's going on, but it sounds very apocalypsy. That's not a bad worldview to have. I do think, however, that the kind of like the guys, okay, like ContraPoints has a really good video on this. If you watch ContraPoints' video talking about the witch trials of J.K. Rowling, ContraPoints has a really good point about this, about who needs to do the work of deconstructing the Nazis, okay? And that work can't be done by marginalized people. Unfortunately, it is the job of the people who have the privilege to do that. The white presenting privilege, the protesting privilege. Okay, so now the screen is finally catching up. Nothing was happening. What is going on? This is really annoying. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work.
Thank you, Brother Loesch, for sharing those encouraging comments.
Nah, okay. I'm going to try doing this a different way. Oh. Now my browser's frozen. Ad break. Excellent. Ad break. All right, I'm going to go put the kettle on quickly. I'll be right back. Yep, there's a link there if anyone wants to donate. The link is just there. I will be back in 1 second. My browser has now frozen. Okay. There we go. It's unfrozen a little bit. All right. I'm just going to go and put the kettle on. I'll be right back. Alrighty. I need to put some more hot water in my coffee because it was a little bit too hot. We are going to get bingo. We didn't get it before the ad, but we will get it. We didn't get it before the ad break, but we will get it. That's the main thing. So I'm going to put some more hot water in my coffee because it needs to be diluted a little bit more. And I am going to get us back to where we were. We were at about 19 minutes. So I'm going to get us back to where we were on this. And then when we come back from the ad break, we should be good to finish getting bingo. We only have about half an hour left, guys, before we have to go. Which is exciting. Breaking the ad break. Yeah. So I'm going to set us up. Let's do this. So we're going to go to 19 minutes in.
Welcome to JW Broad.
Pause that because I don't need to listen to you while I scroll. I'm going to go to about 19. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Okay. So yeah, so this is about where we were. Because we were listening to these guys, this family, but we didn't know what was happening. So, perfect. Hopefully this means that I will have fixed it. We've fixed the problem, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we fixed the problem. All right. 23 seconds. Tea time and another 20 star jumps, chat. Yep. I'm going to put some more hot water in my coffee. I'm going to do my bone cone, bonus content. And then we're going to get back to it. Apostate bingo. Apostate bingo. I do find it hilarious as well when you are talking about this stuff, like when you're talking about the manipulation tactics people use, like some people learn these tactics as a survival mechanism, you know, like people, not everyone who does these things is doing it because they're trying to hurt you. Sometimes they're just trying to protect themselves, but you still don't want to be doing this stuff. It's like people pleasing. People pleasing is just like manipulating by another name, you know? Like, it's good to sort of, I'm feeling a nice little way. I'm feeling a nice little way. I haven't even had my going home time yet, but I am going to. I'm not doing that. That's not happening. We're back from our ad break. Excellent. So, fingers crossed, we did lose a couple of viewers during the ad break, which we do usually. Fair enough. We'll gain some others during this little stretch. So, we have, hopefully this means we've fixed the issues we're having with the sound of the video not lining up. I think we're about to have some persecution corn on the page. Sorry, I forget that we've got TikTok listening in still. I am going to close out of TikTok soon, but like, share, subscribe, do all the things I was supposed to ask you to do. Thanks, guys. Yay. Let's press play. And I'm going to do my stuff while I press play. And if I'm correct, I will also be crossing off. Okay, so let's have a quick go over what we've still got on our page before we go forward on our sheet. We've got The Lights Gets Brighter, Resurrection Corn, Rainbow Coded Dislike, Awkward Music Video, Women Should Know Their Place, A Friend of a Friend Told Me, Promoting Colonization, Someone's Got a Beard. We did have someone. Did we have someone with a beard? We haven't had anyone with a beard yet. The tokenisms. Have we had any tokenisms yet? I don't know if we have. The Nazi doesn't count. Give Us Money. Haven't had that one. Disaster Corn, which we could be seeing later on in the video. Persecution Corn, which is what I have my spidey senses tell me is about to happen in the next scene. Tokenisms is when they will pull in a person of colour to share about their experience, their specific experience as a token person, and how the cult is so much better than everybody else for people who share their particular tokenism. Using the token's experience to try and get other tokens. Yeah. We can't have a token Nazi. No, that doesn't count. So disaster, persecution called, look how amazing we are, particularly in terms of facilities, a prodigal returns, which we've been having a bit of a discussion about, but more in a general sense of everyone, and then a worldwide check-in. So they're the boxes we're still looking to fix. We've hopefully fixed the issues that we were having with everything disconnecting. It does mean that there is now another window I have to flick between. So there's now 6, 7, 8 windows I have to flick between while doing this. Luckily, the chat is good at entertaining itself when my back's turned.
I fear no harm, for you are with me.
Yes! Video and sound are in alignment. Oh no. Can't we have some apocalypse? Yeah, I think we're having a bit of apocalypse. I don't know, maybe it's disaster porn. It seems to be disaster porn rather than persecution,
Those words
doesn't
felt
it?
new when the fighting started again. But
Yeah,
the family
it's
that took
definitely
us
disaster.
in was a gift from Jehovah. While we waited for the trains to start running again, we tried our best to help others.
Bombs are a
They're
gift
nearly
from
finished.
God.
I'm gonna go help them clean up. Okay.
I'm just going to turn the speed up a little bit, just to 1.2. Just because I can't with this melancholy music. If that doesn't work for anybody, if it doesn't work for anybody, let me know. But the melancholy music, I just need to speed it up a little bit because it's just a bit too much. It's a bit too much. It definitely feels like it's disaster corn. Yeah, why people speaking English are getting bombed? I don't know. I don't know. This is why I feel like it's disaster porn. Speed
Luda.
it up. Speed it up.
I know her from school. This is my brother Pablo. He protects this whole area. I'm surprised you're still here.
You too.
Why? I stayed to help the fight. Where else would I be?
Oh, no, I just meant...
This is our home. Everybody has to do their part to support the war.
I'm...
You're what?
Persecution porn. Maybe a little faster. Still too slow. Speed it up a bit more. Persecution porn. She's getting persecuted for not wanting to support the war effort. 1.5. Okay.
She's a Jehovah.
She's
They
a
don't care
Jehovah.
about the country.
She's a Jehovah. Did you hear him? She's a Jehovah. They don't care about the other countries.
She's a Jehovah. They don't care about the country.
Oh, the cowards. Your people should be shot.
It's persecution porn. It's persecution porn. I did think it was from the sounds of it. I thought it was, but then the bombs started dropping and I was like, where are we going with this? Where are we going this? Is this we're leaning on each other in times of distress? No, we're being persecuted. Persecution prawns. Persecution prawns. Every time the world is against us, everyone hates us. It's us against them. The enemy is everywhere. Like, this is what cults do to constantly make you feel like you've got to always be on your toes, always be on the defense, always be watching your back. You can't trust anybody else who isn't amongst in the cult with you. Like, this fear of the other, watch them do it, especially when times get tough. Watch them do it. Watch them pick an other. The people who are doing it tough, those who are homeless, those who are unable to find jobs, those who are unable to work due to whatever reasons they can't work, immigrants, like, watch them find an other to pin it on every fucking time. Oh. Yeah, we've got to read a lot of theology to get their belief, but it is all just belief. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If God is all powerful, how come Satan still exists? Okay. I am not going to do any JW apologia right now, but yeah, the problem that I have really with a lot of the Christian dialectics, like a lot of the apologia, I should say, not dialectics, wrong word choice, is that it all has to draw from the text to defend the text. Like, the text creates, Satan is created in the text. Sin is created in the text. And then it is also, the answer is also provided in the text. To me, if you just get rid of the text, the problem disappears, you know? Like, but, yeah. There's a word for it in philosophy where by calling a thing, you make it so. And that's what the Bible and all of that rhetoric all does as well. But anyway, persecution porn on 1.5 speed. Let's go.
Come on. Let's go.
I just froze.
Oh, I love this.
Fear is
Coffee.
natural.
Oh.
We all get afraid. But let's look at what Jesus told us.
Circular reasoning. Absolutely. Very circular reasoning.
However,
Which
when they hand
cults
you
often
over,
rely on.
do not become anxious about how
You're still here.
or what
I
you
am
are to
still
speak.
here.
For what you are to speak will be given.
My kids catch the bus home now, Amy. It's great. I love it. It's fabulous. Ames is back. I was going to say, the link is in the Discord. And what I might do is after the kids get home and I have to go online, we can just turn it into a pizza party. We could just turn it to an offline Discord members only pizza party. My camera will be off because the kids will be home. So I won't be live streaming anymore. But, you know, if you guys want to jump in and have an offline chat, we can do that.
Given you in that hour.
So let's talk about what you can say. Because when you have Jehovah's thoughts in here, he will always give you the words when you need them.
Today is the day we'll try to leave. We have brothers and sisters waiting for us. After all these weeks, it may finally happen.
Have your tickets and ID ready.
One at a time.
Go ahead, I'm right behind you.
Leaving the country?
Yes, me, my mother, and my grandma are leaving.
We're giving priority to the weak and sick. And there's a lot you can do here. Don't you care about your country?
Aha! Now she's being tested. When was this released? May 1st. This month. A couple of weeks ago. Yes, they are capitalizing on the current. We should 100% do that. Excellent. Let's do that. Excellent. I'm all for that. Yeah, this was released a couple of weeks ago. May 2024, as you can see. Well, you probably can't see actually from the date down the bottom there because it's very, very small. But yeah, May 2024. So yeah. Countries are all pretend, you weird fucks. Yeah, exactly. They are. It's made up. It's lines on a map. And other countries, and this is what always frustrates me as well, whenever I have these discussions with people and I'm trying to talk about decolonization. Because whenever we start talking about decolonization, people immediately start freaking out. And it's like, you just need to stop looking at things from this Western-centric perspective. Because even in terms of having hard and fast boundary on a map, not only is that new in terms of a Western philosophy, it's also very foreign. Like in the like East Asian philosophy, the idea was that we all kind of, the world stemmed outwards from God to the emperor, like to the court, to the people, like, you know what I mean? Like the world, there wasn't a border as such. The world sort of was a cascading down from a particular point in space and time. Like completely, woo, hello. Like a completely different idea about borders and hierarchies and than what we have. And so, like, it's just really funny hearing us go on and on and on about nation states and borders to this extent when it's literally such a weird idea to die over when it's such a new, modern, very Western, very small idea. Yeah.
I respect our country, but I am loyal to God. I support God's kingdom first.
I think we make you stay. Go back.
Hold on. God's kingdom? Did you say God's kingdom? My father, he was one of you. I don't agree with your beliefs. But I know you're good people. So you and your family, get on the train.
Oh, thank you. Because, oh my goodness, if we hadn't already ticked off blessings from Jar, her love of her, standing up for what was right protected her in that moment. Hello, Twat. Welcome to the pudding round. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah. Not that link, bot. No, that's the only link that matters. What are you talking about, Tim? It's on the Ko-fi. You've got to go to the Ko-fi. So, if you're on my Twitch right now, the Ko-fi should be right there. If you go to the Ko-fi, the link's there. I was going to post it in the chat again, but I'm like, the link is already on the Ko-fi. No, the link to the Discord's even down there, I think. Underneath where I am on Twitch. I think. Have a look. Have a little poke around. Someone will get it for you. They're good like that.
Do not become anxious, for what you are to speak will be given you. I didn't know how Jehovah would do it, but I put my trust in him, and he showed me that I have nothing to fear.
Our shepherd has promised to give us the right words at the right time. Inscribe his thoughts on your heart now, before the trial, and you'll have nothing to fear. As Jörg began to study the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses, God's thoughts were inscribed on his heart. He needed to make a choice, serve in the army or serve God. How would he find the strength to completely change his life? Let's see.
I was born in the
Belle,
northern
look,
of
there you
Germany.
go.
I didn't have a very good relationship to my father
though, guys,
because
I
he
am
drank a
gonna
lot,
say,
and very often he was mean to me.
did.
On the other hand, my mother,
I
when she
realized
was
something
kind,
after
lovely,
I posted
and I can
the
tell
link
you,
to the
I love my
Discord
mother
earlier,
from the
or
bottom of
after
my
I
heart.
tried to.
One
Hang
day,
on.
the doctors they diagnosed it that she has
See?
cancer, and
I got the wrong fucking page. I was on the wrong fucking page. I couldn't pause the thing. I did think about this earlier because when I posted the link, it's not just for whoever is in the chat that we're like, oh, I know you. You can have the link. Anyone then has access to the Discord. And that is a little bit of a safety concern. So rather than posting the links from now on, what I'm going to do instead is say to people, go to the Ko-fi. Just because... like, the link isn't just going to you in the chat. Like, it's then there for anyone who stumbles across it. Like, anyone who we then decide to mute in the chat because they come in here with their bullshit, which they do sometimes. Not all the time. But we're also giving them a link to the Discord. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I joined the Discord. Yeah. Did the JWs get out of conscription? No. No, they didn't. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit because no more melancholy music, so we'll just slow it down a little bit. If the country recognises conscientious objection, then yes. It depends on it depends when, where, what contexts. Depends where or what, like, context. And no, and that's cool. And that's the thing, like, Zab, you are, you are totally cool to join the Discord. Like, absolutely do. It was just a thought that occurred to me that maybe it's not the safest thing to post the link to the Discord in the chat. So I might make it like a go to the Ko-fi to get the link situation. No, they got barreled up like everyone else. Yeah, again, if, like, there are some countries, there are some places which do recognize, what do you call it? They recognize objection, conscientious objection. Those places absolutely do allow the witnesses to get out of conscription, but a lot don't. And the other really confusing thing is it depends on what and where and when your country's policies are as to how harsh the JWs will be. Like, for example, if there is an alternate service that you can do, the JWs won't let you do the alternate service because it's still, like, serving, and so you still would have to, like, go to prison. You wouldn't be allowed to do the alternate service. They make you do whatever the most harsh option is. But if it's like, you know, like there's an, like, yeah, like it's, they're not great. Like, even if, for example, you wanted to be like, okay, like, you know, you were conscripted because you have medical expertise. Like, say you were a doctor or a nurse and you were conscripted to be a doctor or a nurse. And so you no longer have grounds to object under conscientious objection because you're no longer actively participating in the war effort. You are being conscripted as a medical professional to help those who have been wounded as a result of the war effort. The JWs would say that you're not even allowed to do that because what, you're patching people up just to send them back out to war? Like, you still are supporting the war effort. Like, that's how fucked they were about some of this stuff. So even the Germans serving the community doing nursing isn't allowed. Yeah, that was one of the things with the a lot of the young men in Korea, in South Korea. They are allowed to do alternates to military service, but they would instead have to serve time because the JWs wouldn't allow them to accept this alternate service. So yeah, they have their rules are designed to put you in direct opposition with the world and to get you persecuted. That's what the rules are for. The rules are designed to result in persecution. So whatever is going to get the worst outcome for their people tends to be the rule. JWs are Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah, there's only one Jehovah God. They're also called J-Dubs, Witnesses. People call them Jehovah's. But so Jah will save you. Yeah, apparently. God is all, it's all bunk, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. And this is again, one of the reasons why it's so helpful to examine and re-examine is because, organizations will use these tactics. Johos, yep. Organizations will use these tactics to try and control you. People in relationships will use these tactics to try and control you. Organizations will use these tactics to try. I already said, I meant like, probably no, like groups like this will use them, but you'll also have like organizations in terms of like advertising, like this sort of manipulation exists at all different. Oh, Dominic the Rat, thank you so much. I appreciate you becoming a voidist. Thank you. There's usually a cheering MLMs, yeah. There's usually somebody like cheering when that happens, a little thing, but I think I broke it. New subscriber. But yeah, it very much, these control tactics and coercive tactics are used by so many in so many situations. Like the media, the news. You turn on the news tonight to watch the news and you will see these same manipulative control tactics used, which is why it's so important to pay attention to them. Dominic, g'day Dominic. Thanks for joining us.
Only a few days later, she died and she was gone. And this was for me horrible, I tell you.
See?
I feel completely empty, no hope,
Resurrection.
angry. I couldn't understand.
We're about
really,
to get
I couldn't
resurrection
get it. How a
corn.
God can be so
He's had a
painful
loss.
to others and take the best what I had in my life. Just
They
take it
came
away.
knocking today. Landlords.
I
Yeah.
hate everything around me.
Landlords.
I will never trust anyone. And especially, I lost also the trust completely in God.
Oh.
And therefore, I decided to go to the German Air Force. It starts with the basic training. So
Now, how interesting is this? Okay, because the military uses the same sort of tactics that cults do. Like, the military is probably one of the largest, organized cults in the world. Can you say out loud, "You're my friend, my daughter doesn't believe me"? I'm sorry, child of Amy. Amy is one of my dearest friends in the whole world. Are you kidding? She has me on speed dial. If she called me right now, I would cancel the entire live just to talk to your mum. She's pretty much the most important person in this live right now. Yep. They're the Salvation Army. They're an army and a cult. Absolutely. How did that go, Amy? Does she believe you yet? It is all about Amy. Hello. The whole reason we do Apostate Bingo Mondays is for Amy. The whole reason we do Apostate Bingo Mondays is for Amy. She's laughing. Well, that's good. That worked. All right. Okay. We are, power and control, landlords. Absolutely. And so recognizing that these things are being used against us to control us. And again, talking about the way that things like borders are even being used to control us. I told her you kept me company almost all night the other night. Anytime. I've had my tea. I got the biggest eye roll. What? Does your kid think I'm actually famous or something? Does your kid think that I'm actually famous? Like anyone actually gives a shit who I am? We've only got 2 minutes until we've got another ad break, and I still haven't done my bonus content from last time. And I'm going to have to log off soon after this ad break because my kids are going to be... Not logging off, though. Not logging off. We're just not going to be live anymore. We're going to be offline, and we are going to be doing a Discord-only live. Discord-only live. Is this clip about a prodigal? No, he has never been a member of the cult. This is going to be resurrection corn. They're going to hang the carrot of his mother dying in front of him and being resurrected by God in the new system to get him to join the cult. That's what's about to happen. And again, because we're so used to this, we are getting used to it from seeing it and watching it time and time again, week after week, month after month, because I keep subjecting you guys to this stuff because I am absolute cunt. You are now learning to see it before it even starts coming, Yes, YouTube equals famous to her. Okay. Rightio. That's very cute. I do like that. What I don't get is why all these fuckers want to die. No, it's not that they want to die and be resurrected. It's that the hope that their loved ones will be resurrected. They do believe that they're going to live forever. They do believe that they are going to live forever. The JWs. They think that the end of the system is going to come soon, and that they are going to live forever. Now, I want to see if we can get to resurrection porn before the ad starts in 1
we
minute.
have to follow orders. Doesn't matter what
Racing the
happens.
clock.
So special training was also hand-to-hand combat. And this gives you a lot of confidence. You're saying nobody can hurt you once again.
They're
You feel very
priming
strong.
him for cult
I remember some
life
situation
too.
we were outside in the woods, and this was part of the survival training. I felt indestructible and was very proud of myself. So a little later on my military career, I was working with a missile launch crew. One day, I realized
I was very
that
proud
just
of
with
myself.
one launch of this missile, I could be responsible for to kill thousands of people. When all this come to my mind, I start to think, is it possible there is a God existing? And when so, how would he think about my work, what I'm doing here? There was in my family my aunt, and once she told me, Dieter, if someday you will like to know something more about God, about the Bible, you have to contact Jehovah's Witnesses. They know exactly.
How old is he? I just had a thought. What war is he talking about? How old do we reckon this guy is? Yeah, no, it didn't cross his mind before. He's Cold War, is he? Were the Germans actively involved in Nam? I didn't realise that the Germans had troops. I don't think they did. Nah, not Nam. No, I wouldn't have thought so. No. Yeah, no, we missed. You might have missed the German flag in his office earlier. That was what made me ask how old he was because I saw the German flag and I went, they've put that flag there, but how old is this guy? He's too young to be World War II. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, my granddad was Korean War and he's passed away. So, yeah,
What is
fair
a
enough.
prophecy from the Bible? And this can give you hope. And from there on, I studied the Bible and also I came to the meetings from them. So in one meeting, my wife Ellie sitting beside me, I was sure
Say 60,
I have to make
70.
a big
Ad
change
break.
to be together with these people who loves Jehovah God.
Ooh, okay. So we're on an ad break. I'm going to take this off because that's hurting my face. Oh, that's hurting my face. His accent didn't scream German. No, it didn't. But the flag in the office did. Yeah. Sitting close to the sister there, mate. I know. They better be getting married. Honestly. I'm just going to go and open the door for when the kids come in. Now, I haven't done any tidying today, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm sure my kids do not actually expect a tidy house from me. Oh, my foot. Oh, big stretch. My foot is aching, guys. Lordy, Lord. So I'm going to see the bus go past. And when I see the bus go past, it's going to be time to log off. Because that is going to be when my children will be here. So, yes, very excited. So, yeah, we're going off live, but I will still be on the offline. What do you call it? Turn off TikTok. Yes, I will turn off TikTok. He's an airport security guard for a missile silo. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Chidlers, Discord. Yeah, children to the Discord. If your kids are like mine, no, they can't see mess. No, my son, okay, so ever since, I kid you not, I remember when he was 2, he just started walking, and we were going into the shoe store because we were trying to find him some decent shoes, and I wanted some like no shoes, ones that had the wide spacing for the toes. So we're in the shoe store and they were having a sale, and his dad and I were standing at this cabinet, and I wasn't worried about him. So I was pregnant with his sister, so he wasn't quite 2 yet. But I wasn't worried about him because what he used to do was he would go along, and he was doing it at the shoe store, and he would line all of the shoes up neatly, and he'd be sitting there like lining them all up because he is autistic as fuck. So, no, you don't have to work out a Discord. You can just jump in. You can just jump in StreamYard. It's going to be on StreamYard and Discord. So people who just want to listen and watch can listen and watch through Discord, because I'm going to screen share to the Discord. But if you want to just like talk and chat, then you can be on the link. You can be on the StreamYard link. So yeah, we'll keep the and I'm not going to have my camera up. So it's basically just going to be, people are just going to be hearing. No one's even going to be, it's going to be hearing through the Discord. Double click on the channel in Discord names. Yeah. And I won't have to wear the headphones either, because, you know, everyone can just yell at the same time. We're back from ads. So let's hit play. Let's get this happening as quickly as possible before my children get home once again. Oh, here we go. Now, unfortunately, we are halfway through, so we're not going to get the whole way through this today. Maybe we can finish it
and
next
I'm
week.
Still
we'll see how
working
we go.
for the German Air Force.
Wednesday, we will be doing our
I decide
usual
officially
Wednesday chats
refuse
with
the
other
military
people.
service because my
I'm not
conscience
going to be doing
doesn't.
it by myself
I felt
Wednesdays.
really
I've
confident
decided for
that
now,
this
if I
was the
don't
right decision to
have
do.
someone
So at that court day, and this was surprising for me, they told me
to chat
that
with,
my request
I probably won't
will
go
be
live.
rejected. If I refuse to go on with my military service, I will be sent to prison. I really didn't know what to do. And then I saw that Jehovah took over. My site commander told me, do you know what? I have a solution for you. You can appeal the court decision. He offered me an office job. So the only thing what I have to do was a paperwork. And the shift from 8 hours, I was finished after 2 hours. I was done with this. 6 months, 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. I was just studying and studying. I felt not only that I drew closer to Jehovah.
Okay, now this is the thing, all right? He's not a JW yet. So he's allowed to get away. Oh, maybe I could do Wednesdays. Yay! Yay! That would be so cool. If you could do Wednesdays, oh my gosh, I would love to do, because I just want to have like a bitchy, girly, gossipy, chill chat day where I can like sit and like do other stuff at the same time. I don't want to have to, it's too intense doing this kind of stuff 3 days a week. I know I need to find ways to make it easy for myself as well, you know? So yes, if you are up for that, if you're up for like chill, fun, bitchy, like gossipy, whatever times, then yeah. Chill times, or it can be intense times. I mean, whatever you want, as long as I can not have to have 9 different windows open. That's basically what I want to do. I want to be able to live stream without having 20 windows open at least 1 day a week, because it is a lot. We're going to talk about The Expanse. Fangirl scream. Yes. Absolutely. Perfect. Sold. Now, because he is not yet a JW, he can get away with this because he is stepping away from military service while not actively being a JW. He's still learning. If he was a JW, this would not be okay. Doing paperwork for the army would not be okay. The fact that he's like, you know, I'd finish my work in 2 hours and then study for 6 hours, they're using that as being like Jehovah provided him this way out so that he could learn more and he could go, there we go, the kids' bus just went past. All right. So that is another manipulation that we're you know, seeing from this particular thing, because this would not be allowed for a regular JW. Absolutely would not. Now, I'm going to press play.
I also was convinced now that in the past time I was just relying on myself. I trust only me. But now I got the opportunity to lay everything what I needed to Jehovah. Elvie and I, we got really deeply discussions. I in prison and she alone, I was wondering how she could take care on herself. If I have to go to prison, we stick to Jehovah and to his ways. So if the court day arrived, I asked Jehovah, please Jehovah, give me the strength and also the wisdom and the right words to bring glorify on his name. After the hearing, the presiding judge told me, when the decision is made, it will be final.
Okay.
So back in my unit, the next days they were horrible.
All
One
right.
day, my site commander came into my office and he got a very, very serious face.
There we go.
Wow.
We're
I
back.
knew what is coming up. I was seeing me already behind the bars. Then surprising, he
So
told me,
4
hey,
hours.
this
That
is a
works.
sad news for me. The decision is made. Yeah, you are free to go. And I will lose my best officer what I have. In this moment, wow, I remember the tears comes out. I couldn't hide it back. And I was so thankful to Jehovah. And I felt really, this was the best decision I made to stick to Jehovah and not to man. So Elvie and I, we dedicated our life completely to Jehovah. And now we got the privilege to serve him almost 50 years together.
No worries, Bill. See you
The scripture
soon.
at Isaiah 40, verses 10 and 11 comes really to my mind. Jehovah will come with power. Like a shepherd, he will care for his flock. And certainly he did. Doesn't matter what Satan ever brings to
Gosh
you.
almighty.
This relying on Jehovah leads always to success.
As Brother Hoeker gradually
There you
progressed
go.
spiritually, he made decisions to match God's standards. He specifically asked Jehovah for the power to follow through on his decisions. And we're happy that with time and Jehovah's help, he was able to bring his life in harmony with Jehovah's standards. But what if our choice is not about right or wrong? What if it's more about choosing from many options? In this episode of Lessons from the Watchtower, see how these young people were able to use Bible principles when choosing employment.
I found you on here. Damo, hi. Thank you. Thanks for finding us on here. It's a
When
pleasure
I
to be
first
found.
started having some health problems, my biggest concern was my goals. With health situations, it's easy to get overwhelmed. I had to find a part-time job that is agreeable to my pioneering schedule and to my energy levels.
I was offered after high school the opportunity to attend a prestigious university for no cost.
Oh shit! I went all the way back. Gosh almighty. Hang on. Where was it? There we go. Now here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing which always makes me laugh whenever they have all these examples of people being offered a position at a prestigious university for no cost. That doesn't happen. You don't get offered a place at a prestigious university for no cost, right? You apply for scholarships and things. Like, I did the same thing. I was offered places at schools and universities and colleges. Like, I got offered these places because I applied and I did the work, and then I got offered the scholarship. It doesn't just happen. People don't just knock on your door and go, hey, would you like a place at a prestigious university for no effort, no work, no input whatsoever? Where are my children? It's very odd that they're not here. Where are they? They'll be here any minute now. They'll be here any minute. I'm just panicking over nothing. I always do this. I do this to them all the time. Anyway, regardless. New follower. Thank you for joining. New follower who, I don't know where you are or what happened or what made the bell tick, but the bell ticked. Go save the children. No, the children. I want to go for uni for free. Fuck you, God. Yeah, absolutely. No, the children are fine. The children will be fine. Standing on the street corner chatting to mates, of course. No doubt. No doubt. That might have been the wrong bus too. There are 2 buses that come past here. One of them... Oh, yeah, no, it was the wrong bus. Okay, I had the wrong bus. The bus that comes past first... I was like, maybe the bus hasn't come past yet, but yeah, no, the bus has only just come past. It's okay. That's why they're not here yet. Oh well, that's fine. I didn't need to be on TikTok anyway. But yeah, it always drives me crazy when they do this. Like, I was offered a place. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen without you having put in any effort. Like, people don't just knock on your door, randomly offering you scholarships to try and tempt you into leaving Jehovah. Fucking hell. Talk about persecution.
I was offered
complex.
after high school the opportunity to attend a prestigious university for no cost.
Talk about
But Jehovah invites you to
persecution
rely on him,
complex.
not to rely on
They
yourself.
dangled this giant carrot in front of my face, and it was really hard for
Growing
me
up,
to turn
my
it
family
down.
didn't have a lot materially. It caused me to have a tendency to want to rely on myself instead of Jehovah. I realized that I needed to have more trust in Jehovah, and that was going to require working on my faith.
The Israelites were given a wonderful provision from Jehovah when they were hungry and in need of food, of manna. And they had to show contentment throughout the whole 40 years of them being in the wilderness. It's not ideal to have to cut back on things for financial reasons, but being okay with it and adapting to it, that shows Jehovah that we're content with what he's given us, and it helps us to be able to enjoy life and enjoy our full-time ministry that way.
They're quoting the
I
Watchtower
appreciate
now
David's
like it's a
example because
fucking,
he stuck
oh
to
my
Jehovah
god,
through several
like
trials,
it's a peer-reviewed
and each time
journal.
he saw Jehovah's hand, and I thought that must have impressed on him the importance of relying on
Seriously,
Jehovah.
look at
and
that.
it probably helped him to have faith that Jehovah was going to be there again the next time.
What makes me laugh
We were
is that none of
pioneering
these
in our
people are
hometown.
people of
We
color
had everything we
either.
needed. I was set up with a job where I could
Do you know
work
what I
3 days a
mean?
week, and it was the perfect pioneer job. But we wanted something more, so we decided to move where the need was greater in the Chinese field.
I decided to find a part-time
Colonization!
job that provided the means
Promoting
necessary to
colonization!
pay for things like food and clothing. But really, it was going to provide me
wanted
with
to
an
do
opportunity
more.
to focus on that service to Jehovah. After some time, I realized that the job I'd originally taken was not providing what I needed anymore. A change was necessary. So another opportunity came up to pursue higher education. While I was considering my options, a friend recommended a job that required a little bit of vocational training, but would pay.
Far out. If they had people of color, it's tokenism. Yes, they do. But they're all white people. Like, they don't even have a token in there. Come on. That's why it's tokenism. It's tokenism because they do it so rarely. Like, we are 34 minutes into a 59-minute video and we have not seen a person of color
To
yet.
cover my expenses.
Come on.
Psalm chapter 23 and verse 1
This is
has
why we call it
absolutely been true
tokenism.
for us. There's never been a moment where we went hungry. There's never been a moment where we didn't have
Come
what
on,
we
where are
needed.
my kitties?
And challenges have come up. He's always led us through those challenges and helped us to overcome.
I was able to find a way to work remotely from home so I could control my energy level and I could control my own schedule. Ministry has been such a comfort since as far back as I can remember for any trials we face. Just going in service, we always come home smiling. For us, it was always, if you can do it, because it will make you happy and will make life more enjoyable.
Working at the assembly hall is an enormous privilege. It's great to work in Jehovah's organization,
Oh
see
my
how it
gosh.
works, to receive training, and at the same time, it's an opportunity to meet even more people who are all putting Jehovah
The
first.
Yahtzee talking about the painting
Looking back
wasn't
on it, I
supposed to
realized
no,
that
sorry.
Jehovah gave us that
No,
time to work
they
for
don't
him
tend
so
to
that he
be
could show his
Yahtzees.
power to us in a way that was undeniable.
When this Watchtower came out, I
Yeah.
said everything is true. Yeah, every single principle. Taste and see that Jehovah is good, and Jehovah's my shepherd. I'll lack nothing. It's all true. My experience, my life has been.
Hey, I can hear my babies coming. How are ya? How did you go today? I got the camera on, so just stay over that side. Yeah.
So I hit the stop button and it didn't allow it because the bus was already stopping. Then Charlotte kept yelling at me that we went past Mum's and then I told her that we don't jump off at that stop and she just kept yelling at me.
Okay, well, you got off at the right stop, though, because here you are.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, I'm going to turn my camera off so you guys can do your after-school jobs, okay?
It was longer than, the walk was longer than yesterday.
All right. Angry Amy's here. Oh, Wael, hello. How are you?
Camera off.
The camera's not off yet. Sorry, kids. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. Gotta turn my camera off. There you go. Yep, camera's off now, kiddos. So, let's just do a quick before we... Whoops! Sorry, I've got the thing in the wrong spot now. Let me just do a quick refresh before we go for the day. I do have to log off now because the kids have gotten home. Why is my camera back again? Yeah, I just noticed that. Camera's back on. I know. Why is the camera back on? I don't know why the camera's back on.
We in the thing.
No, you're okay. You're fine. The camera's back off. So, yeah.
Bella, you an empty lunchbox. You still have food in your bag.
There. I can't see the chat now because you changed scenes. Oh, yes. What's the latest update? So we are on 18709. That's where we're leaving it for today. Yep, camera's back off again. Thank you guys for letting me know. We do have to log off. Whale, I'm so sorry I'm not going to get to see. I am going to be live again on Wednesday. So if you are around then, we would love to have you on if you want to come and have a chat with us and let us know what's going on. Of course. And we will not stop until we have reached that goal. We want to get you and your family somewhere safe and secure where, you guys can... I lost Amy. Amy's gone. Amy was muted. Oh. All right, we are logging off now. Oh, there we go. Amy's back. There we go. We're logging off now. Cameras are off. We're going to put mics on and cameras off. Logging off for the day. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll be back Wednesday for more live. I'm going to switch the camera on very, very briefly for a moment so that I can wave goodbye to you all. See you later. The outro video is about to start playing. And as I said, the stream is going to end, but we will still be here. No, you're fine, Ames. Don't stress at all. We will still be here after that has happened. So, yeah, feel free to join us in the Discord. That's where stuff's going to be happening.